morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Anna. Hey, Rhoda. Hey, Sherby, Shannon, Jason, Lovable Leo, Tamika, Nick Kenya, Shannon again. How is everybody doing today? Hope you guys are doing wonderful. We have less than 48 hours before trial begin. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take a moment to first um, do like a look back of where all of this started from. I call it a circus because it's a bunch of clowns involved in this whole case. And we're going to start from the beginning and where it started from as far as who started the accusation, who went to where, and things like that. So we will know what to pray for and what we're looking at. Thank you guys for being here this morning. And we're just going to take a moment to first thank God for protecting Robert, for providing defense counsel that's fighting for him. We're going to thank God for the support that he is getting and the traction that is getting to gain momentum for those to see the lies and the setup. We're praying for Robert. I've dedicated the next couple of hours, 48 hours, of fasting and praying for Robert. I believe God is going to show up mightily in his case. But I just want to bring some of you guys attention on where this all started, the key players, just to get you guys to understand why we are in this fight for Robert Sylvester Kelly. First of all, I want to explain that this channel is a channel that supports him. We believe in him having his due process, his rights being taken into account. We understand that the government has brought charges on him and that they have this big old carte blanche type of attitude. They've taken decades old allegations which has never been which should have been their statute of limitations should have been on certain things, but because it's the government, they do what they want to do, when they want to do it, and how they want to do it. But the good thing is we have an almighty God who stands high, looks low at everything that is happening. And we understand that this needs to happen. And we understand that God is going to reign over this and he's in control of what's happening. But as supporters, I'm asking every single one of you guys to stand in the gap in prayer for him. Prayer for Robert Sylvester Kelly, that God's movement and everything will be revealed. And that Robert would never, ever, ever have to deal with this again another day in his life. So I thank God for protecting him and keeping him and raising his spirit when he is at his lowest point in his life. I can't fathom what he's going through. My heart goes out to him. And I am not insensitive of anybody thinking that, oh, I don't stand up for the rights of Black women because this is what they are portraying. I do stand up for the rights of Black women, but I also believe that everyone needs to take responsibility for their actions, okay? We all know that Mr. Kelly is not a perfect man. None of us are perfect. Not one single one of us in this chat, and not single one of us on this earth Every single one of us. If you shine a magnifying glass into your life, there was something that you could be held or be accused of. Every single last one of us. Every one of us. No matter how perfect the accusers may think that they are, they're not perfect at all. Because if they were perfect, they would have never gone into that man's house. They would have never gone to that man's concert being underage. They would have never went to into a hotel room with a man and they're not married to that man. So if you want to hold anybody accountable, hold them accountable as well. And I know some of you guys might say, oh, they were young. But let me explain something to you. At the age of 13, I knew exactly what I was doing in my life. You know, the rites of passage for women is from the age of 12 to 13. That's when they turn into a womanhood. Did you know that? And womanhood is the point where women sheds blood, meaning that you have a menstrual and you're considered a woman because you can bring life onto this earth. Get it? So, if you look back into the Bible days, and I know we're not in the Bible days, but I'm just bear with me a moment. Just listen to me for a moment. In the Bible days, age was never a factor. You heard Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, all of them married women that were way, 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 way younger than them. They married women that were ripened for marriage. And I'm not saying I condone that. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying that this is nothing new under the sun of relationships that where they're called the Juliet type of relationship, and they're also called the summer bride, September bride, something like that. But in every state, especially in the state of the southern states, they still recognize younger women marrying older men. In fact, I'm going to read to you. They're trying to change the law in North Carolina because North Carolina still recognizes that a teenager can marry an adult male that's way her senior. And trust me, I'm not saying that is right, but it's acceptable. That's all I'm saying, okay? There's a law that they're trying to change in North Carolina, and they brought it over to Congress, and they're voting on that law right now. Hold on a second. Let me just bring that up to you because I want to bring some education to you guys because everybody has this moral compass right now because it's Robert. So everybody want to act like that they're super perfect. Every single one of us are flawless. I mean, full of flaw, not flawless, full of flaw. But since the spotlight is on Mr. Kelly, we want to shine it on him and not everyone else because there is an agenda. And that agenda is to make sure that he is vilified and that he is ostracized and taken to the wolves. Right? That is the objective here. Okay. I'm going to read an article, and it's from the one second. Hold on a second. It's from the Associated Press, and it was dated today, yesterday, which was August 15, 2021. And it states, North Carolina is child bride destination. Bill could end it. So they're trying to pass a bill that will end the child bride law that they have in North Carolina. North Carolina, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, all those southern states. I think it's 13 southern states that allows child bride. That means that someone from between the age of 14 through up to 16 or 17 can marry someone older, right? Can marry someone older, and as long as they have the consent of the parents, and some of these states don't even need this consent of the parents once they reach the age of 16. So in Raleigh, North Carolina, known for its coastline mountain and the state that has this first in flight, North Carolina has also developed the more dubious reputation recently as a regional destination for adults who wants to marry children. State lawmakers are nearing passage of a bill that could dampen the state's appeal as to the place to go to bring child brides, but would still leave it short of a national push to increase the age to 18. The proposed legislation would raise the minimum marriage age from 14 to 16 and limits the age difference between a 16-year-old and their spouse to 4 years. We will have moved the needle and make North Carolina no longer the very bottom of the barrel of state, said Drew Resner, the registered of deeds in Buncombe County. But he said we're going to be putting a lot of children in harm's way. We're still going to be putting a lot of children in harm's way. Resner said the county, which includes the popular tourist city of Asheville, is a destination for many adults and child brides from nearly states such as Georgia, Kentucky, South Carolina, and Tennessee, all of which have raised the minimum marriage age to recent years. 2/3 of the marriage application in Buncombe County last year that involved at least one person under 18 originated from people who live outside of North Carolina. Reisner said, noting that a 49-year-old man and a 17-year-old girl recently came from Kentucky seeking marriage license. North Carolina is one of the friendliest states in the South that gives them safe haven, he remarked. The state is currently one of 13 that allows children under 16 to wed. According to Unchained at Last, a nonprofit organization that advocates ending child and forced marriage in the U.S., 9 of those states have no set minimum age. The group says relying instead on case law or judge ruling. Under the North Carolina law, children as young as 14 can get married if they become pregnant or if the judge allows it. Otherwise, children can wed as young as 16 with parental permission. Alaska is the only state whose law expressly allows children to marry as young as 14. A study in the International Center for Research of Women, a research institute and rights group for women and children, estimated that nearly 8,800 minors has listed on marriage licenses in North Carolina from 2000 to 2015, placing that state among the top 5 with child marriage during that period. The group says that 93% of the marriages application it reviews for the years 2000 and 2019 involved a marriage between a minor and adult. It disturbed the notion that if a child marriage happened, it is the Romeo-Juliet scenario of 2 17-year-olds who can't wait to love each other. said Lyrics Thomas, one of the studies of co-author. But change has been slow in North Carolina, where some lawmakers still remain convinced that certain marriages involving a child still is acceptable. It's a generational divide, said Senator Vicky Slaughter, a Davidson County Republican. It was older members, both Democrat and Republican, that has those personal stories of family members who have been married and it turned out okay. Sawyer sponsored a bill that would have raised the age to 18 instead of compromising measures that won unanimously support the Senate in May, and that the House will this week will raise the minimum marriage age to 16, with no exception, including pregnancy. Even those 16 or 17 would need parental permission or a judge decision that the marriage would serve the best interest of the underage party. So now I just wanted to point that out to you guys that there's this uproar of a 17-year-old and hold on a second. Somebody just sent me a message. Okay. Mind you, y'all, I'm not condoning. This is not me condoning. I'm just telling you what the law is and what has happened and what has been in decades. And I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm just giving you guys information about all this, okay? That's it. So please don't come in my chat trying to tell me I'm trying to do this. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just providing information on what the law is, okay? That's what I'm doing. I'm not giving you my personal opinion about anything. I'm just giving you what the law is. The law in those particular states allow individuals who are minors to marry adults. That's all I'm giving you. It's information, okay? All right. So, if you notice, when they're trying to bring charges against Mr. Kelly, they use the states that the law is 18 and above, like Florida, because at one point they said that he supposedly had sex with AC in Florida. And then at some other point they said no, they waited, and it was New York that he actually had sex in New York. That's what they say. I don't know. I was not there. I can't tell you. All I'm going is about what I've been reading and things like that. That's all I'm going. Okay. That is just a little snippet of what the law is and what's happening and how the circus is coming to town. Okay. Now, there was three individuals who, those who do not know, there was three individuals who went to Jim Derrigagas to give the story about what was happening behind closed doors in the home, which was in Georgia, right? Of the home of Mr. Kelly. He had two homes in Georgia, and three individuals, which was Asante McGee, Kitty Jones, and Cheryl Mack. The three of them went to Jim Derrigagas to give a story back in 2017 in regards to supposedly what was going on in the home of Mr. Kelly. They stated to him, I'm going to read some of this article here. They stated to him that there was an occult situation. Now, I'm going to back up a little bit too. Asante McGee also contacted the parents of the individuals. Okay. Remember, 2015, supposedly, this is alleged, supposedly AC went to a concert around the month of April to where Mr. Kelly was one of the acts. According to the parent, they allowed her to go with him because she suffered some sort of mental breakdown. I don't know the logistic of all of this, but supposedly the doctor recommended for her to do something that she liked, and supposedly music was a thing that she liked, and they decided to take her to a concert, right? During the concert, supposedly somebody put her on the stage. She became infatuated by Mr. Kelly and wanted to pursue her musical career. And so she decided to, the parents claimed that they didn't know at first, but she decided to sneak off and be with Mr. Kelly. This is all alleged, right? And then for some strange reason, a letter on a notepad showing the parents giving her permission to go with Mr. Kelly, and so on, so on, so on, right? So this Asante McGee is the one who initially contacted the parents and told the parents, here's what's happening to your daughter in the home of Mr. Kelly, right? So they, Kitty Jones, Cheryl Mack, and Asante McGee gave Jim Daragagis. I'm going to give you a little history about some of these people. Okay. Asante McGee was a super fan, a groupie. She was what you call a floater, a handler. She did like supposedly work around, not directly for Mr. Kelly, but she worked for one of his bodyguard, who she actually was dating that one, right? So, but she's claiming she had a relationship with Mr. Kelly, right? She reached out to the parents to tell parents what was going on, okay? Now, Kitty Jones is the Texas radio personality, radio show person who gave up everything to run off to be with this superstar. She left her job. She quit her job, moved to a place that she knew nothing about, didn't have any kind of work lined up when she moved. She was just moving with this man that she knew nothing about, right? And then you have Cheryl Mack, who claims that she had different artists that she brought to Mr. Kelly, and her son is in fact London on the Track, guys, if you know the guy who does the beats for people and things like that. So she was upset because first she felt that every artist that Mr. Kelly she brought to Mr. Kelly, they end up liking him and kicking her to the curb. This is just her writing, kicking her to the curb and all this kind of stuff. So she decided that she was gonna quit. She was upset. She was disgruntled employee who's just angry, because at one point she wanted Mr. Kelly to, I guess, sponsor her son at one point, or for him to be able to have a record deal and stuff like that. And things were not moving the way she wanted. So she's been upset. She's been disgruntled against him. So the three of them went together to Jim Daragagis to give up this little story about a sex cult that was going on in the Mr. Kelly's home. This was supposedly happening in Georgia. So what the parents did, one of the parents, which was the Savages, has a daughter who was in school, and she wasn't going to school because she wanted to, do her thing. She was grown now, remember, she grown. So she was not going to class like they wanted her to go because, she went to a concert and she met this man. She met him. Well, originally, from the story that's being told is that somebody from Mr. Kelly's camp went to their store and happened to meet the parents, and I don't know what the whole story is, but I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, but I don't remember exactly. But that's supposedly how the parents got to know who Mr. Kelly is. They went to the concert and all this, that, blah, 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 blah. Right. Now, the daughter decides she don't want to go to continue finish school. She drops out, and she's want to live that glamorous life, I want to sing Sheila E. song. She just went. Okay. I had to put it in my little commercial. But anyway, to make a long story short, the three women, scorned woman, jaded woman, upset women, women that just like feel that, hey, let's get him, plotted with the famous Jim Darragagis, the one who's been jocking Mr. Kelly for years. His whole career has been stories about Mr. Kelly. Everything is Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kelly. This guy's so obsessed. Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kelly. Everything is Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kelly. Obsessed. Over the top. He probably needs some medical attention. That's what you call stalkerish personality. Well, anyway, he gets the story together. Now, this is years later. This is 2017, right? These people start getting on social media and start spreading these little lies, just pew, pew here, pew here, pew here. And the lies started getting some traction now. So on and so on. They did a wellness check here in Georgia, and each time the police went over there, the young ladies told them they were fine. I saw it on the news, and they found nothing. Then Mr. Kelly started having some financial issues, homes being sold, being taken, government seizures, and all this kind of stuff started going on during that time, right? So lo and behold, we move forward to 2018. There was a whiff, as I can recall, Gucci can tell you guys a little bit about that he got some insider information that there's supposed to be some documentary that's getting ready to come about, and that they're trying to destroy Robert, right? They're coming after him, trying to destroy him. So Robert knew he wasn't doing anything wrong, so he, ignored it. But then, James Mason was contacted, and they ignored everything. They did not put a cease and desist on Lifetime's documentary. Then you see Drea's going on different platform in 2018, started talking about the documentary of it coming out. So they got her on board because she's a scorned woman as well. She, she has her issues with her ex. He doesn't want her anymore. He divorced her. She claimed that she divorced him, but the actuality of it is he's the plaintiff in the divorce decree, and she was not. So she got an agreement. So the money is about to run out because the kids are getting older, right? So they convince her to get on board. So she decides she wants to get on this documentary. They go and pull up the book from that little disgusting guy that I played yesterday. They get the book from him, and he's thinking that he's going to get a payday. Ooh, didn't he get tricked, y'all? No payday for him. All he got was a couple of dollars, and they got the information from his book to push all of this stuff out, right? Everybody's playing a role. Everybody got the part in the circus. The clown is in the middle of the stage, which is that little crazy guy, the thief, the convict, and they start getting all these little. They go to different towns, pick up different characters for the circus, right? They pick up this attorney because the attorney got some spotlight, right? The attorney's sleazy because he's coming after Trump at the time, and so they're like, okay, let's go get that one. So one of the parents reaches out to the sleazy character attorney by the name of Avenatti. And a couple of them went over there to Mr. Avenatti, right? Then they reached out to this other lawyer. They know her for going out, getting after, going after big people for money. So you have the young lady who's been trying to sue Roberts since 2018. Her case started in Texas, right? If you read in the papers of Texas, like, you said that it was consensual. So why are you coming to us? You need to take that up someplace else. We're going to close this case. So they closed the case. They didn't find any wrongdoing from Mr. Kelly. So she decided, hey, this lawyer is not working out. She goes on. She's had 6 different lawyers for this case, for the civil case. She went from the guy Crumb. She went to, but it's just different. A whole bunch of different lawyers. The last lawyer she had before she got Gloria Allred was the lady who was doing some pansy scheme with some real estate with her. So she's no longer on that case. So she went and got Alvarez, whatever her name is, got her, and she has dropped her as well. So they still trying for the money, and now she has a new attorney, some guy out of Washington. I can't remember his name, but anyway, she has that guy. So I know I'm all over the place. I'm just trying to get you to see how the circus is, the different clowns and character and acrobats and all this kind of people that's in that circus. The circus that's called The Case Against R. Kelly. Okay. So you have all these different players, and then you see people jumping on board because they see this is an opportunity for them. This is the greatest thing since sliced bread. So they decide they want to jump board or get some notoriety. You have different players. You get this attorney called Greer, whatever his name is, and he gets on board. You got all these different players. All these players come on board because the circus is in town, and they got to get different acts and performers. Okay. So those 3 young ladies, those 3 witches, I'm calling them witches because I don't want to say the bad word. The 3 witches are the scorn, they're angry because they didn't get what they want. They can't sue because, they were all old. If you notice that, all of them were old. Yeah, I was going to get that clown too. I was going to get that clown in Chicago. I haven't gotten to that clown yet. That clown comes on later on and after I haven't talked about the surviving R. Kelly yet. I haven't talked about that. So we're still on those other clowns because remember, we're dealing with 2015. We did 17. Now we're going to move up to 2018, and 2018 is when the lawyer gets her in trouble and all this kind of stuff. And then you have somebody writing a letter from Mr. Kelly to, to get him to stop the nonsense lawsuit. And now we're at 2018. We got the ex-wife performer. We got all these extra acts that come on because they're trying to get into the circus. But, the final destination is New York City of the circus. But 2018, they have the initial viewing for the side show called Surviving R. Kelly. Right? The momentum have been gained. Attention has been drawn to the sideshow of Surviving R. Kelly. So, in January of 2019, the sideshow is shown. So now you got this big old, what do they call her? What's the name they call her? Not Musafa. What's the name they call her? Chewbacca. Chewbacca, right? Chewbacca. Chewbacca get on the television, and Chewbacca wants to call in for victims. So Chewbacca decides she wants to put on a phone line for everybody who has had some sort of connection or some sort of interaction with Mr. Kelly. So Chewbacca gets the ball rolling. Chewbacca gets an indictment from the phone calls and from the different people calling in, different circus performers who wants to come into the be part of the circus. Right? So we get Chewbacca. Chewbacca goes back into her cave and let the games begin. So state court came and got involved, gave Mr. Kelly a bond. And then all of a sudden the wife takes him to court, going for child support. He gets arrested again, gets out, pays the child support, and June rolls around. New York decide to do a grand jury indictment. They get one and doesn't come out yet because Chicago picks them up. And Chicago, the state of Illinois decide to do their own indictment. So their indictment gets put in, but New York is first. So New York let them keep him in Chicago. Right? You say call her Zira? It's Zero. Okay, Zero. Now it's Chewbacca Zero. Crazy. So that's what happened. So what I'm going to do now, I'm getting ready to read some articles for you guys in regarding to what originally the Three Stooges. I'm giving people all kinds of name, y'all. All kinds of name. Because I don't want nobody to come back and say, Sylvia said it, but the Three Stooges. This is an article the Three Stooges came out to write. Hold on a second. Okay, hold on. The Three Stooges. All right, y'all ready? All right, it says here. So y'all know the little. What name we're gonna give Derek Goggins? What name y'all want to give him? What name y'all want to give the little fat little stalker? What name y'all want to give the little fat stalker? All right. So okay, he had an insider story inside the the Pied Piper of R&B cult. And this is what in BuzzFeed that he did. Peter Family Guy, Peter from Family Guy. So this is an article that he did back in 2017, July 17, 2017. He did this article in New York, in Chicago, and this is what he said. He says, parents told police their daughter is being held against her will. Now, remember, the young lady was 19 years old, right? Okay, 19 years old. Parents tell police their daughter is being held against her will in R. Kelly's cult. As the R&B legend tours the country this summer, parents told police that R. Kelly is keeping women against their will in an abusive cult that tearing families apart. This is Three Stooges, y'all. 3 former members of Kelly's inner circle told BuzzFeed similar story. Okay, the Three Stooges, the little turtleneck. Oh, that's a good one. Turtleneck. Yes. All right. So Turtleneck wrote this article. It says, backstage at the Fantasy Springs Resort Casino in Indio, California on May 23rd, 2015. Jay was thrilled that her 19-year-old daughter, Jay is, the mama, that her 19-year-old daughter music career was going to make a major leap forward from recording demos and performing at talent shows to the chance to stardom thanks to the help of R&B superstar. When we got to backstage, but y'all remember she was with her daughter. Okay? That's put a pin there. Okay? When we got to backstage with R. Kelly, we stayed there over 2 hours, says Jay. One-on-one with him, with just me and my daughter and him. She was happy. She was a happy camper, y'all. We went back to talk about the music. He listened to her CD. He was going to help her with her CD. And I was really impressed with him at first because I've always been an R. Kelly fan. Sounds like a groupie to me. Y'all, what do y'all think? Y'all think she's a groupie? Give me a thumbs up if y'all think she's a groupie. All right. Jay said that Robert R. Kelly, who turned 50 in January, met her daughter backstage at a concert in Atlanta earlier that month. So, guys, he was here in Atlanta in May. I think it was May 5th. His daughter got to meet him, right? Then how did they get to California, y'all? How did the mama and the daughter get to California? Sound like some stalkerish stuff to me. What do y'all think? Thank you, Carolyn, for giving me that thumbs up. Sound like some stalkerish stuff. Sound like a bunch of groupies to me. Okay. Now they got to explain to how. Wait. Let me get myself tongue tied. He lives in Georgia, right? Mr. Kelly lives in Georgia, right? Right. She went to a concert in Georgia, right? But then, how you guys in California? How did y'all get to California? How? How did you get to California with your daughter? Sound like you doing some groupie stalkerish, what do you call it? Some stuff. Yeah. But y'all, but they say he's the one that did this. But seem like you guys are pushing it, following him, stalking him. I don't know. Okay. So she said, my daughter met her daughter backstage at a concert in Atlanta earlier that month. Soon enough, he invited her to fly out to Indio concert on his dime. So he paid for y'all. So how did y'all reach out to? Okay. I'm just trying to understand. But the mama went too, y'all. The mama went. Not just the daughter. The mama went too, because she said it was him, her, and her daughter sitting backstage. He talked to her for over 2 hours. Didn't he say that? Okay. Mama was there, right there. Jay says she heard about the past sexual misconduct accusation against Kelly, but wasn't overly worried. She is a fiercely devoted stage mom. A fiercely devoted stage mom? Okay. And she and her daughter, she and her husband of 22 years, Tim, a car dealer, had moved from Memphis to Atlanta to help their eldest daughter career. Do you think y'all they knew that he was living in Georgia and wanted to get an opportunity to meet him? I'm just asking. Then it says here for her career, her musical career, and was confident that she could protect her daughter. Oh, really? So you was there. Oh, so what happened? She was confident that she could protect her daughter. Yeah, something doesn't make sense. Okay. In the back of our minds, we were thinking my daughter could be around him if I was with her, Jay said. It didn't really hit home even with the Aaliyah situation. Now that I think about it, age ain't nothing but a number. But you don't think about that. You grew up with the song and you like the song. But hold up, y'all. Wasn't her daughter grown? She was 19, wasn't she? Okay. 2 years later, Jay and Tim are in a desperate fight to bring their daughter home. BuzzFeed News verified their identity and full name in public records, but withdrawing the alleged victim full name and her parents' last name to protect her privacy. So, at this point, they calling her a victim. Okay. It was as part of their efforts, the mother closed her businesses, became rentless. Man, stop telling that lie. Not you, Tim. Stop telling lies. She talking about she closed her business because of rentless amateur detective, and shared her finding with FBI and police in two states. So mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. She was doing some amateur detective work, so she shared the information with the two states. So she couldn't do it in the state of Georgia. So what she do? She shared it with New York and Illinois. Okay. Two states, and their daughter isn't, and that isn't that part of what Greer was saying. They had to come up with some creative way of to get this stuff to the government. Okay. But their daughter isn't a missing person. Their daughter isn't a missing person, at least not in the eyes of the law. She still lives with Kelly and says she's doing fine, despite her parents telling the police that she is being held against her will in what they call a cult. But okay, guys, hold up. Roberts has been in jail for 2 years, and they still do not have contact with the daughter. Now, don't y'all think there's something else that was going on in the household that the daughter wanted to get away from them so bad? She wanted to get away from them. because Mr. Kelly's still in jail right now, and she refused to have any contact with him. Why is that? Why does she refuse to have contact with him? Usually, when uh, 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 an adult of that age make a decision, because I have a girlfriend who has a teenage daughter. She's 19. Well, she's about 22 now, and she was in a relationship with this guy, and her and her mother was always at it with each other, always at it, always at it. So she always called her mother when she's in trouble and things are going on and things like that. Um, but she and her daughter had this toxic relationship that whenever they were around each other, they just didn't get along. They did better when they were apart. So, do you think that's the case with them, that the relationship was so toxic? Because if you remember the intervention they call themselves doing and putting it on TV and showing it, why would you do that to your child? Why would you embarrass your child on television like that as a parent? Parents supposed to be the ones who are sheltering the kids from any harm on from public scrutiny, public, like you as a parent would not allow your children to be talked about, wouldn't allow anybody to say nothing negative about your child. But why are you on TV talking negative about your own kid? Most parents would just praise their kids how wonderful they are to the public, but behind closed doors, they probably say, "Oh, you no good, nothing, whatever." But in the public, the mom, dad is always like praising their kids, just like I do. I praise my child all the time. I praise her anyway. So even you get what I'm saying, y'all? Why would you, even if it's true about the herpes and these gonorrhea and the syphilis, why would you tell your child business like that? Come on now. Why would you do that to your own baby? Your one that you love. Why would you do that? Parents protect their kids at all costs, meaning that they ain't gonna put no bad word on their kid like that. Come on. And you're gonna put it on the video and you showing how you interrogating the poor child, because you said that's your baby, right? You interrogating her, and I wouldn't want to be around you either. I wouldn't want to be around y'all either. You tell my business all over the world, everybody gonna look at me and judge me, and you're supposed to be my mom and my dad, and you gonna just put me out like that. How? Why? And you want me to come back to you? No, 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 no. I don't blame you, Joy. Stay out. All right, let me finish reading this. Then it says the daughter's missing. Is not a missing person. Okay, she says she's doing fine, despite her parents telling the police that she's being held against her will in what they call a cult. Now listen, the three former members of Kelly's inner circle, they call them Kelly's inner circle. Cheryl Mack, they're giving the names here, Kitty Jones, and Asante McGee, provided details supporting the parents' worst fear. They said 6 women lived in the property rented by Kelly in Chicago and Atlanta suburbs. He controls every aspect of their lives, depicting what they eat, how they dress, when they bathe, when they sleep, how they engage in sexual encounter that he records. The last time Jay saw her daughter was December 1st, 2016. It was as if she was brainwashed. She looked like a prisoner. It was horrible, she said. I hugged her, and she kept saying she's in love and Kelly is the one who cares for her. I don't know what to do. I hope that if I get her back, I can get her treatment for victims of cult. Oh my God. They can reprogram her, but I wish I could have stopped it from happening. Okay, I got a question. I'm just going to pause right there because I got more to read. I have a question with this whole brainwash thing here. Okay. All right. he went to a concert. Now, just bear with me for a minute, right? She went to a concert in May 2015, right? The last time the parents claimed they'd seen their daughter was December 2016. So that's roughly about a year and a half, right? A year and a half. Okay. A year and a half, when she met him, she was 19 years old. At 19, you should have your full mind, full capacity to make the right decision. Because that's why they consider 18-year-old where you can sign a contract. So that means you have the ability as an adult to decipher what you want and what you don't want. That's your choice, right? So they say a year and a half that Mr. Kelly had so much power over this young lady that a year and a half that he could brainwash her. Brainwashing takes longer than a year and a half. That's what I'm told. Well, we can hold on. We can read what the time frame for brainwashing is. Hold on. Let's see. Brainwashing. This is a psychological thing here, right? Maybe I'll ask Google over there. Hey Google, how long does it take to get brainwashed?
On the website wikihow.com, they say, this can take anywhere from a few weeks to several years, depending on the circumstances of the brainwashing. Do you want a little more context?
Yes, little more context. Yes, Google.
I'd love to help you find information. What are you looking for?
How long does an adult take? Hey, Google. How long does an adult take to get brainwashed?
On the website wikihow.com, they say, this can take anywhere from a few weeks to several years, depending on the circumstances of the brainwashing. Do you want a little more context?
Okay, so they're saying, okay, but he's not, Google's not giving me the details. He says between a few weeks and a few years. So, so we need to do a little bit more research on that one, okay? But to me, it would take me a long time to get brainwashed as an adult. I need to ask my daughter, hey, how long does it take to get brainwashed? Well, what is the definition of brainwash? So let's ask Google. Hey, Google, what is the definition of brainwash?
Brainwash is used as a verb to mean make someone adopt radically different beliefs by using systematic and often forcible pressure, similarly to indoctrinate and condition. Do you want to hear brainwash used in a sentence?
No. So, okay. Y'all heard the definition, right? Okay, let me so they're saying that it took a year and a half for their 19-year-old to be brainwashed. It's not that easy for me to be brainwashed. Oh, okay. Thank you, Texas Bama. She says brainwashing usually affect a person that is already in a vulnerable state. Okay, thank you. Woo! Thank you. That is good stuff there. Okay, so that's what they're saying. Okay. All right, let's go back. So, they're saying that their daughter was vulnerable. Why was she vulnerable? Just okay. Let me finish reading this, okay? It says Jay and Tim have said they have heard only. Okay, we did the Christmas thing already. It says, I have received another text on May 14th. Happy Mother's Day from me and Rob. Y'all know how a person that is in love, young person is. Come on now. Like my daughter. Okay, my daughter, she's in love with her boyfriend, right? I may have different feeling about the love, meaning that as adults, we're very cynical. We don't believe that you can fall in love that easily. You know how we are because we went through life and we've learned a lot. Yes, Kayla, that's what it is. In love, when you in love, you do some foolish things. That person could do just nothing wrong, and you wake up in the morning, you think about that person. You go to bed at night, you think about that person. It's just like, know how that is. Has anybody been in love in this chapter? Gucci, have you ever been in love? She was vulnerable. It was because of her parent. Her family life appeared to have already been toxic here for henceforth. She was brainwashed before she was Texas. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, 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 yes. So, okay. Everything is um based on perception, based on a person's personal experience, based on individuals' views, right? The way I view this is totally different from the way someone else may view this, right? Um, as an adult who's been in love, who's been out of love, who's been in and out, we're a little bit more cynical and cautious of our falling in love, right? We tend to put up our guards because of past experiences. And we're like, oh, no, I don't trust you. Let me learn about you first. Then I'll say I love you. But a younger adult is free. They have that freedom to just, like free love type of thing. They fall in love easily because there's no like jaded, tainted, bad relationship baggage still stuck inside of them. So they're easy to fall in love. Oh, Carolyn, I don't know. Oh, Carolyn said if he had been molesting her, she already had issues at home and wanted to get away from it. Interesting, Carolyn. Yes, interesting. Interesting on that one. Yeah. Yeah, it's a possibility. See, I can't say anything because I don't know. I gotta say allegedly. I don't know. So that's very interesting. It's a great, great possibility why it was easily for her to fall into a savior's arm. Her knight in shining armor who take her away from all this drama and they live foreverly, ever happily, ever after. But you got the mama and the daddy trying to mess up her thing, her love. See what you said? Okay, see, that's what I said. Okay, that's what you said, Demon. So, I'm gonna continue reading, okay, y'all? All right, we're gonna continue reading. Let's see. So she got a happy Mother's Day text from her daughter saying, "Happy Mother's Day from Rob and I." So to me, I think the mom is kind of jealous. I think she probably said, "Where's my Mother's Day gift? You with this man with all this money? Where's my Mother's Day gift? Where's my money?" That what it sounded like to me. But all right. There's two sides to every story. Yes, it is, Carolyn. Yes, it is. See what? Yep. Hello, Rockwell. All right. So it says here Kelly sold nearly 60 million albums during his 25 years career. And though his relevance is fading somewhat from the heyday of I Believe I Could Fly. It seems like Derek Geiger's got some issues, y'all. Look at how he said his heyday of I Believe I Could Fly and his Trapped in Closet. He remains a major star in high demand for concert endorsement. Oh, sound like this guy's a bitter old soul. I'm in love. No, and I am 53. I took a long time. Tell him, Rocco. Okay, Bama said, I don't make it better when the parents were violent against the allegedly violently other allegations. So I think she's seen a lot before she went with Rob. Yep. Hey, Ashley. Okay, let me finish reading this. So he's talking about Deragagas is still like bitter, sound like a bitter old buzzard turtleneck. He remains a major star in the high demand in concert endorsement, television and radio appearance, and glossy magazines. He is so bitty. When he's not performing, Kelly split his time between his suburb Atlanta home and Trump Tower in Chicago. Extensive interview with Mac Jones and McGee all reviewed a legal document by BuzzFeed News painted a picture that Kelly offstage is like what is like today. The women in Kelly's entourage initially think this is R. Kelly. I'm going to live the lavish lifestyle, said Mac, who worked for Kelly as a personal assistant for a year and a half. It started in 2013. Y'all, these people, man. Hold on, my throat's itchy. Hold on, my throat's scratchy. Hold on. I got to scratch my throat. Hold on, I don't want to make the noise. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I had to scratch my throat. My allergies starting up. Oh, my God. My throat's itching. Sorry, I just made the noise. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to mute, but I couldn't. All right. So the women in Kelly's entourage initially think this is R. Kelly. I'm going to live a lavish lifestyle, says Mac, who worked for Kelly as a personal assistant for a year and a half starting 2003. Let me tell you something. He is going to have to vet these people. The next set of people that work for him, he's going to have to vet them real hard. Because these people, man, they're a trip. Hey, Latoya. My throat is itching. Hold on, y'all. I got to get me some water or something. Hold on. My throat's itching like crazy. Oh, let me play Peter's song because he told me to play this enough today because he said it's just not a song. It's a oh my God, my throat is freaking itching. Oh my God. Hold on a second. Let me play this while I go get me some water. Hold on, y'all. Hold up. Wait a minute. Y'all, as things pop up, I'll be bringing it to you guys. So I'm just on here right now. All right, here we go.
This is for Robert, Sylvester Galley. I can see you walking out through that open door. This is for Robert, Sylvester Galley. Make your way and get out to the place where you belong. Here's the light, yo, the tunnel empty. For the wicked people, do, yo. America, free Macaulay, son of the Most High. Standing up for Robert Kelly. African, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free Macaulay. Standing up for Robert Kelly. African, stand up for Kelly. Everybody, Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. We are calling free my Kelly. This is for Robert Sylvester Kelly. God has heard your cry and has come to change it all. It's not been easy from your beginning. From your foundation, God is gonna walk it all right. Yeah, you liars will not you Kelly. To the betrayers, they're do to the do the do yo. Do do do, eh. Do do do, eh. Do do eh. America, no way, free Macaulay, son of the Most High. Standing up for Robert Kelly. African, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free Macaulay. Standing up for Robert Kelly. African, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Everybody, free Macaulay. Freedom for Kelly. Freedom for Kelly. Oh. Freedom for Kelly. Freedom for Kelly. Free Kelly. Son of the Most High. Oh yeah. Do, eh. Do, eh. Do, eh. America. Set it free. Do, eh. Set it free. Do, eh. Do, eh. America. Free Kelly. Son of the Most High. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free Kelly. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free Kelly. Standing up for Robert Kelly. Africans, stand up for Kelly. Jerusalem, stand up for Kelly. Free Kelly. Son of the Most High. Why idea? Set him free, all. He's my brother. He's a good man. We all love him in Africa. He's touched millions of lives. Robert Sylvester Kelly, congratulations. You're out. You're out, man. Thank you, Jesus.
All right, guys, I'm back. Good afternoon, Rena. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hey, Deborah. Hey, hey. Good afternoon, everybody. Okay. Now we're on it's at 12:26 right now. I just checked the Pacers. Let's see if anything's going on. They just did a schedule and that's all. Nothing else. That's all. So I guess they're getting ready for the people to come into town. Woo! So Judge did a order for those folks for them to come on in. Oh God, you recover from last night. I know, I did a shocker. Sorry guys, I apologize. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I was just warming up my lunch. It's lunchtime, you know. You're nervous? Don't be nervous. Just don't be nervous. Let's see if Peter could come on. Hold on. Let's see if Pastor Peter would come on. So, but you guys notice how Robert is like the main person all over the place right now? The main person all over the place is the biggest topic right now. All right, I'm going to play something from Precedence. Hold on a second. Hold on. Ready? Y'all gonna listen? Listen, P. Linda, listen. All right. I'm just gonna be going all over the place, giving you tidbits of different things, right? We talked about just different things, just to jog your memory. Here's something from Precedence.
There are those who question the honesty of his accusers. Kelly's current trial has several accusers. One of the more notable stories of alleged abuse comes from one Geronda Pace, a Chicago native who claims to have met Kelly at the tender age of 15. Geronda's story starts out different than most because she was actually an underage fan during his first trial. Geronda, along with her best friend at the time, Kiana Jones, will go on record to defend the troubled singer. What made that fascinating is the fact that the media, who gave her a voice, never questioned the fact that she was a 15-year-old defending a grown man being charged with child pornography.
I met Geronda in April 2008 at one of R. Kelly's court dates. My cousin couldn't go with me, so I was there by myself. And since she was there by herself, I struck up a conversation with her. I asked her, how long has she been a fan? Where she stayed at, I thought she lived a lot closer than what she did. She told me she lived out in I believe it was Elgin at the time, or out by Elgin. So I asked her how did she get there, and she said that she caught the metro, or some days she might spend the night at her grandmother's house, which lived on the west side. When I first met her, she looked young. So when I first met her, I was like, okay, I don't think she's as old as she's saying she is, but the way she carried herself and the way she acted, I believe that she was her age, that she said, which was 18 at the time. Me and Geronda were like best friends. We were on the phone every day, talking, texting. We were hanging out when she came to the city. My son went to her house and spent the night a few times. We were very close. One time, she calls me up and asks me to go to a party with her. And I asked her where's the party at. She was like, oh, it's in Olympia Fields. So I'm like, okay. Now, I already know R. Kelly lives in Olympia Fields. So I'm like, okay, sure, let's go. I'll go with you. And I'm like, well, how did you get invited to this party? And she was like, oh, I'm friends with this guy named Bubba on MySpace. He invited me. So I'm like, okay. So we go to the party. We get to his house. And he asked us for happen at her uncle's house, who lived down the street from him, and we'll go get it and be back. We never went back. Geronda didn't have an ID. Geronda didn't have an uncle that stayed down the street. I wasn't even suspicious at that time. And about 2011, 2012, she came to my house, and we were sitting on my couch in the living room, and she was like, I have something to tell you, but I don't want you to think different of me, or I don't want you to be mad at me. And I'm like, what could you have to tell me that would make me mad at you? And then that's when she told me that she wasn't 18 when I met her. At that time, she had told me a story about her buying a car that was more than $10,000, and it was reported to the IRS. She told me that her father died and she got his life insurance money. And then, I want to say maybe a month or two later, she told me that she had a settlement from R. Kelly for suing him because she said that she was underage. And I was like, how were you underage if you were supposed to have been 18? I didn't get it. I didn't go into details with her. I didn't push her on it. But that's how I found out. When she finally came clean to me about her age, she told me that she was 16 in 2008, which now I'm finding out that she wasn't even 16 in 2008. She was younger than that. We started growing apart, I guess, after she met her now husband, and she moved. Which is expected, you know, you grow up. My son got older, I had to focus more on him and going to school. She had to focus more on what she was doing. So talking every day on the phone made it went down to talking once or twice a week on the phone. And then when she did her first, and I guess it was the first interview with BuzzFeed, that's when I was like, okay, this friendship cannot go any further. I haven't followed the case. I haven't read anything she's done besides that one BuzzFeed interview. And with that, it's just like, okay, well, why? And it's not even more of the point of her lying. It's just, I feel like Geronda had a hidden agenda from the beginning. Because if you're a fan and you're going to court every day and you got to support him in 2008, then you wouldn't be doing this now. It's like, if you had this alleged relationship with him, then, for all I know, you never told him how old you are. So, if you had this relationship, then you were still lying to him about your age. Your mother was lying about your age. You had so many people covering for you. I believe that it was for financial gain. The criminal justice people, and a lot of other people might feel that he was guilty in 2008 and he got away with it. And because it was I guess a black stain to them, it's more of a, we're going to find a way to get you now. And that's why I don't agree with the Me Too in a lot of ways, because it's more of a, we couldn't get him then, but because of this Me Too movement, people are going to be more likely to say he's guilty. Now, as a black woman, I would say that I don't disagree with the entirety. I disagree with the ones that are using that movement for their own agenda. While I do believe some women's stories might be true, I believe it's a witch hunt for any man, black or white. For the grown women, I don't know their stories. I don't know if what they're saying is true or not. But when I met R. Kelly, the words that I was told was, you have to be willing to do what I say. So as an adult, if you made that decision to do what he said, why complain 10 years later? You were grown when you made that decision. He didn't force you to do anything. He said that the one thing that he wanted was a woman that would be willing to do what he said do. To me, that means anything. It doesn't, anything under the sun that I tell you to do, you have to be willing to do it, no questions asked. And with me, that didn't sit right. So I told him I'll call him back when I make a decision. I never called back. As far as I know, she called back.
Aside, there are those who question the honesty of his accusers. Kelly's current trial has several accusers. One of the more...
I'm going to play it again, because I need you guys to hear what she's saying in regard to this. I need y'all to listen, take notes, what she said. It's strange that the news is not even talking about this kind of stuff, but want to put out the narrative that they want. Now, she was there. She was friends with her. The girl lied to her own supposedly friend. She lied to the courtroom by bringing in a fake ID. She was arrested for a fake ID. So why is it now that this whole Me Too, him too, whatever too it is, they're trying to railroad this man because they felt he got away and they want him punished. So they're breaking laws to try to get a conviction. Listen to what she says, y'all. Listen carefully.
Notable stories of alleged abuse comes from one Geronda Pace, a Chicago native who claims to have met Kelly at the tender age of 15. Geronda's story starts out different than most because she was actually an underage fan during his first trial. Geronda, along with her best friend at the time, Kiana Jones, will go on record to defend the troubled singer. What made that fascinating was the fact that the media, who gave her a voice, never questioned the fact that she was a 15-year-old defending a grown man being charged with child pornography.
I met Geronda in April 2008 at one of our Kelly's court dates. My cousin couldn't go with me, so I was there by myself. And since she was there by herself, I struck up a conversation with her. I asked her, how long has she been a fan? Where she stayed at, I thought she lived a lot closer than what she did. She told me she lived out in between, I believe it was Elgin at the time, or out by Elgin. So I asked her, how did she get there? And she said that she called the Metro, or someday she might spend the night at her grandmother's house, which lived on the west side. When I first met her, she looked young. So when I first met her, I was like, okay, I don't think she's as old as she's saying she is, but the way she carried herself and the way she acted, I believe that she was her age, that she said, which was 18 at the time. Me and Geronda were like best friends. We were on the phone every day, talking, texting. We were hanging out when she came to the city. My son went to her house and spent the night a few times. We were very close. One time, she calls me up and asks me to go to a party with her. And I asked her where's the party at. She was like, oh, it's in Olympia Fields. So I'm like, okay. Now, I already know R. Kelly lives in Olympia Fields. So I'm like, okay, sure, let's go. I'll go with you. And I'm like, well, how did you get invited to this party? And she was like, oh, I'm friends with this guy named Bubba on MySpace. He invited me. So I'm like, okay. So we go to the party. We get to his house. And he asked us for our ID. Well, I gave him my ID. I was over 21. So I give him my ID. And then when he asked her for her ID, she came up with a story that she had left it at her uncle's house, who lived down the street from him, and we'll go get it and be back. We never went back. Geronda didn't have an ID. Geronda didn't have an uncle that stayed down the street. I wasn't even suspicious at that time. About 2011, 2012, she came to my house, and we were sitting on my couch in the living room, and she was like, I have something to tell you, but I don't want you to think different of me, or I don't want you to be mad at me. And I'm like, what could you have to tell me that would make me mad at you? And then that's when she told me that she wasn't 18 when I met her. At that time, she had told me a story about her buying a car that was more than $10,000, and it was reported to the IRS. She told me that her father died and she got his life insurance money. And then, I want to say maybe a month or two later, she told me that she had a settlement from R. Kelly for suing him because she said that she was underage. And I was like, how were you underage if you were supposed to have been 18? I didn't get it. I didn't go into details with her. I didn't push her on it. But that's how I found out. When she finally came clean to me about her age, she told me that she was 16 in 2008, which now I'm finding out that she wasn't even 16 in 2008. She was younger than that. We started growing apart, I guess, after she met her now husband.
Okay, so y'all heard that, right? So she lied to her friend. She lied about the money, how she got the money. She lied about her age. She lied about a lot of things, y'all. A lot. She lied to Robert. She lied about her uncle living down the block, and her uncle didn't. She just lied. Amen, Shirley. She just lied.
And she moved. Which is
Okay, so that's hold on a second. I just gotta show you some more stuff. Hold on. Just 1 second. Now I'm gonna play interview for hold on a second. There's so much stuff out there that we got that, man, these people, man, them and they're lying so. Hold on a second. I gotta move something. Hold on. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna play a snippet of her interview with Tasha K. Just a snippet of it. I just want to hear what she said at this point. I removed the part where she's talking all that other sexual stuff, but I just wanted to let you guys hear what she had said. Okay, about her parents not knowing where she was at and things like that. Just listen.
At this time?
I was still 16 years old.
Now, where were your parents? Everybody is asking this question. How were you able
to know where my parents were? Well, my father, he was incarcerated. So he was in jail at the time that I was dealing with Rob. And my mom, I was always telling her that I was going out with my friends. You know, this is the summertime when I first started doing.
Okay, now there's another lie. She said that she was going out with her friends. She didn't tell her mother that she was going to rob, but this is crazy. But her friend just told that the mother knew too. So, okay, hold on.
So it was easy for me to just say, oh, I'm going out with friends. And then I was going home. So I was there, but every so often Rob was like, okay, you can go home. Because I was like, I have to go check in. Like my mom would need to see me. So he would send me home, but I had to come back. So that's how I built up that trust with him, because every time I went home, I came back the same day or early morning the next day.
Okay, does that sound like a hostage to you? She was going home every day, and she would tell him she's going home and check in with her family and all this kind of stuff. You hear this, y'all? She said her dad died and left her money. Yeah, you heard that, girl. You caught that one, huh? Bama just caught that one. Bama just caught that one. Go on, girl. She caught that one. She said that she had said that her dad died and left some money. And now she said her dad was incarcerated. Oh, Okay, here we go.
I was always going right back.
So your mom had no clue that you were dealing with R. Kelly at 16 years old? So
my mother had no clue that I was dealing with Rob. Like, nobody knew that I was dealing with R. Kelly. Like, they didn't know.
Okay, now there are a lot of people coming, because you just said a lot for a baby. And this was during when he was actually on trial for peeing on Sparkle's knees.
Oh my gosh,
and
she's getting on my
having sex
nerve
her
with
on
this
video.
girl. This girl.
Now, did he ever video you guys? I mean, were you guys ever taped?
Yes, he did. Like, when I first started dealing with Rob, he had an iPhone, and I believe it was probably like the iPhone 3 or the 3G or something like that.
Okay.
And he would...
Yeah, somebody look up and see, when did iPhone 3G come out? iPhone 3. What year did that come out? Go to Apple. Hey, Google, when did iPhone 3 come out?
Here's what I understood from Wikipedia. The iPhone 3G was released on June 9th, 2008. Do you want a little more context?
June 9th, 2008. Yeah, okay.
Sorry, I don't understand.
His phone. He would record me on his phone. He would take pictures of me on his phone. And he also had, it was a camera. He always had, like, it's a Canon. No, a Nikon. He had a Nikon camera.
Okay.
And he used to set it up. It was Canon or Nikon. And he used to set it up on a tripod, and he would record us. So he would be, like, filming all of our sexual acts.
Did he film the time that you were doing him from the back with the strap on?
I don't want to hear that part. Hold on, let me bypass that part. Hold on. I don't like that.
But the very first time. But after the first time, everything was recorded, it was filmed, and he would show me videos with him with other people. And we would just sit down and we would watch it, and he had me watching kids, or if it was adults that looked like kids, but they looked pretty young to me on Barely Legal.
Had you ever seen him have...
And that's in my book. So what I witnessed is in my book.
Wow. Okay. I know you were receiving like a self-disclosure, so you couldn't talk about anything, but I know you recently stopped receiving payments voluntarily.
Yes, when I told my story, when I went public with my story and I talked about the things that I've been through with him, that's when he stopped paying me. Because the month that, it was August, the month that my article came out in BuzzFeed, I actually received my payment. Like, I received it.
How much were you getting per month?
God paid me, he was paying me $5,000 per month.
Okay, to keep quiet. And that was hush money.
He had been doing this for years. It was hush money.
Now, there are rumors, and I wouldn't even call them rumors, because, I mean, I've had a few girls confirm that they, like Faith, she came out and said that she had herpes. Is R. Kelly a carrier of herpes? Do you know that?
Yes, Rob is a carrier.
Now, is it okay if I ask if you contracted that?
Did I contract it?
Yeah, did you contract herpes from R. Kelly?
Yes, I did.
Wow. Were there any other STDs that Rob carried? Because I know a young woman that I interviewed last year received chlamydia orally. I don't know if you heard about that, but does he carry any other STDs?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you able to speak about that?
I cannot.
She's talking about her working with the FBI.
Can you confirm or deny whether or not there's an investigation going on into R. Kelly right now?
There is an investigation that's happening.
Yes, she did sign an NDA.
And
So they are investigating R. Kelly. That is true.
And you've worked with them personally?
Yes, I have worked with them personally.
She worked with the FBI, y'all. This interview was done. Hold on.
With any of the
Hold on.
girls?
Interview was done, posted on July 3rd, 2018. That's when this interview was done. And she did it on Tasha K's Live. This was on, it's called R. Kelly X Reveal Lover, Rob Lover, Put Object Up, whatever. So that's what it's called. It's on Tasha K's Live. So, okay, hold on a second. Let me just play a little bit because, you know, you have to talk in between these things because then people want to strike your channel. So you got to talk in between and have conversation. So that was what, yeah, she's supposed to be testifying. That's why she was on. Yesterday, I was reading how she was complaining about having to go to testify. I'm going to put it up for a minute. So you can see it on Latoya, sorry. I'm going to put it up so you can see. She is testifying. Lying, I mean. Okay, hold on a second, guys. Just bear with me for a minute. Just a minute. I was going to put it up. Did I delete this mess? Hold on. Okay, this is her complaining about having to testify. Latoya, hold on a second. I'm going to put it up for you to see. You know what? I got a doctor I'm going to call for a minute. My sister, she's a physician. She's a, I'm going to call my sister. Hold on. If she doesn't answer, I'll get my other sister. She's a pediatrician in Arizona. Hold on. She's not answering.
Please.
Okay, she's not answering. So let me call my other sister. She's a nurse. Hold on. I really wanted the doctor to answer your question, but oh well. Can't reach her. Can't get help when you want to. Oh, nobody's answering their phone. Nobody's answering their phone, guys. Sorry. Trying to find somebody with medical field that can answer that question for us. I have some other people. Hold on. Let's see. I was trying to call a nurse to ask. I was trying to call my sister to see if she can help me out. Oh, my niece. Let me see if my niece can help. My niece is a nurse, a registered nurse. Oh, hold on. I do have a nurse. Hold on a second. Hold on. All right. All the nurses and doctors I know is not answering their phone. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so I can't get any nurse or doctors to answer me. Let's see if I can call her back. Let's just better answer that phone, freaking girl. See if she answers now. Okay, Ebony's a nurse. Hey, Ebony. What was the question to Ebony? Somebody had a question. Okay, the question is, Rhoda has a question. She says, so does her husband have herpes? She's pregnant, so no condom was used. If she got it from Rob years ago, then her husband should have it too. That's the question, Ebony. And then the other question was, herpes can affect unborn children, and she has 3 and about to have the 4th one. They can have severe effect. Ask an MD. Okay, that's the question, Ebony. You got it? You want to call in and give us the answer, or you okay? Where? There. I can give you a call in. It's 470-444-1957. 470-444-1957 is the phone number to call in if you want to call in. Any nurse or doctor want to call in and give us the answer to that question? The number is 470-444-1957. Oh, she's in a Zoom meeting. Okay, all right. If a person is not being treated and having unprotected sex, having flare up especially can be passed. Okay, thank you, Ebony. Okay, so that's what it said. Okay, let's finish this here. Hold on. So that was her interview with Tasha K. Let me finish this off, and so you guys can continue listening to this lying woman. Okay, hold on. There we go.
Right now, because I do know that Dominique was recently freed, and apparently Lifetime got that on tape. Are you friends with Dominique?
Yes, I am friends with Dominique.
Okay. Now, is she free?
Yes, Dominique is free.
But is there a but? Sounds like there's a but.
She is free, you know. But and the rest of that is not my story to tell.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, I'll just have to wait on an interview from Dominique, and hopefully she'll speak up here soon. I do thank you for having the courage to come out and just be so personal.
So it's courage to tell lies. Her page that her book was sold on, y'all, is taken down. It's no longer on website. She doesn't have a website anymore. I wonder what happened. Because I just clicked the link that Tasha K put on her page, and it's not popping up. It's not popping up at all. So her nonprofit organization is not popping up. The only thing that's popping up is the Okay, all the links that Tasha K put in her thing for her, it's not popping up. Oh, everything that Tasha K put up, if y'all click those things, it's not popping up. Only page that's popping up that Tasha K put in there is Ruby Chris page is on there. Yeah, Ruby Chris page, all the things for Geronda Pace is not popping up. Ebony says Sylvia Roberts fan kept writing bad reviews on her page and skin cream, and she moved. Oh, I didn't know that. Robert friends are just they ain't no joke. Oh God. Oh God, it's so funny. Oh Lord. Okay, guys, I'm gonna bring up the other little lion person, the Kitty Joan character. Let me put her interview. I'm gonna put her interview. I'm gonna put the other one, the three liars, right? One of them hasn't been talking. She's been quiet, hide behind. The mastermind behind it is quiet for some reason. I don't know, but let's bring up the other one. Hold on.
I don't really.
This is an interview with Kitty Jones, okay? She's with an interview with Vanda Loca, whatever. This is their web page. If you guys want to go look, you can. VEDA LOCA. So this is her channel, and this is 3 years ago. This was placed in 2017 October. Hold on a second. I'm getting a call. Hold on. Hello. Okay, telemarketers harassing me, of course. Hold on, we're gonna play this. Yeah, it's raining over here. Okay, here we go. This is Kitty Jones doing her interview with this person. This is for fair use. Hey guys, hey Trevin. Okay, hey Charlotte. All right, here we go.
Go on to social media for negative stuff. And honestly, I wasn't listening to any of the morning shows. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I wasn't hearing it myself, you know, and I did get a few text messages about, you know, oh, did you hear what such and such said? And I'm like, no, I didn't hear that. So, but I did get text messages about it. So first of all, thank you for coming in, because you don't have to, because you did feel a certain way about 97.9 The Beat and Radio 1. You know what I'm saying? I did. You did. You felt a certain way about it because you used to work here. Mm-hmm. And you left for 5 years. For 5 years. Yeah. Happy. I'll put it like this. Like, my love for radio just superseded the fact that, you know, whether I got along with this person or not or whatever, it was still the fun of it, you know, and then just, that was something that I always wanted to do, was, you know, be a radio personality. I love music of all genres, and it was my dream job. So if I didn't get along with this person or that person, still that time frame while you're at work, all you're thinking about is, this is fun. I'm gonna make this fun.
That's Kitty Jones talking, y'all.
We did have fun. We had plenty of twerk sessions. Yes. Yeah. I mean, we had studio. We had a good time. So, so I was shocked when I left when some of the stuff. Well, we're speaking with Kitty Jones. You recently had the article in the Rolling Stones magazine about R. Kelly. And so first of all, before we get into that, I'm going to apologize to you for everything that I said out of not meaning to be mean, but trying to be funny. You know, about, oh, R. Kelly sent Kitty home. Kitty left her job to be with R. Kelly. You know, just kind of talking about it and not talking to you about it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I need to apologize to your family for causing them, you know, pain and frustration. It's bad enough that you're there and they're not sure what's going on, but for it to be trivial and joked about is even worse. So I do want to apologize to your family and to you first and foremost, to let you know that, you know, I wish I hadn't have did that. It's not worth their, you know, emotional, you know, feelings.
This is young lady apologizing. Hey, Taz.
And not really knowing the situation. But let's rewind. I accept your apology. Thank you. Because we hung out. You know what I'm saying? We hung out. We went places together. Well, hell, we was at the after party for the R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? When you met R. Kelly at that after party, I was there. Now, I was drunk. And probably a little mad he wasn't looking at me. You escaped that way. Yeah, I did. Didn't I? Thank you, Jesus. And you were at my last birthday party. Yeah, so we hung out. And so we're going to rewind back to when I remember R. Kelly courting you. And how did that happen? I was still working. While you're still working here, you met him at the party in Fort.
Did you hear her say, I remember when R. Kelly was courting you? So courting means that you're in a relationship. Doesn't it mean that, y'all? That's the last time I heard that word. Was it courting? You were in a relationship, you're dating, you're that don't sound like sex trafficking to me. Sound like somebody in a relationship, right? Okay. Last time you were courting. See these people, these words? Y'all listen, Claire, carefully.
And yeah, what happened? You mean like coming to work and how? Yeah, well, no. Like? How did he walk up to you? Did he say, "Yo, hey, what's your name?" It was just the regular thing that we do. You know, we introduce ourselves because he was there. You know, for the after party, and of course, at that time, I think we were responsible for uploading. Like, if we did a remote, we uploaded the photos from the remote, or it was a remote, wasn't it? It was. Yeah, I remember getting paid for it. Yeah, I think it was McHenry or whatever. I don't want to plug them, but yeah. Okay.
Can I ask y'all a question? Isn't it a code against in the company you're working for? Isn't it a code not to engage in some sort of relationship with your client? So she violated her own company code of ethics, isn't it? That's a violation. You're not supposed to take the phone number of a client. You're not supposed to call a client and search the client stuff. You know, that's a code of ethics, right? I'm just asking a question because the people in the back want to know.
But it was definitely something that I got paid for, and I
did go in for a photo with him, which is the photo you saw in Rolling Stone. And then when we, went to shake hands, when he insisted that we shake hands, that's when he slipped the phone number. And I explained that in the article as well. And then I just got the phone number.
Wait a minute. Okay.
No, I think it was pre-made.
Wait a minute. Okay. You get the phone number in your hand, right? Does that mean you got to call it? You got the phone number in your hand. Does that mean you call the number? Isn't that a free will of whether you want to call or not call? Stop laughing at me, Ebony. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having my lunch. I did my morning fast already, and I was eating that after 1. But don't y'all think so, Latoya? Just because a person give you a phone, I got plenty of phone numbers when I was out there dating. Do I mean I call it? No. Ebony, okay? Yeah. All right, let me go finish playing. Hold on.
Because over the years, there are things that I saw. Yeah.
So
it was already.
He writes down his number
because he anticipates he's going to pass it. Yeah.
Is it his handwriting, or do you think somebody else writes
not.
it?
I don't think so.
So there's somebody writing these little notes for R. Kelly to hand out when he's going out. It seems like.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't want to take his phone out and look like he's getting a phone number. He's really private. So
okay. So after you got the note, then it was like, how long ago before y'all talked after that?
We talked the same night, and then
I think she quit because she's gonna get fired. That's what I think.
6 weeks.
And I remember the gifts. And I remember, you courting you.
You hear that courting again?
I remember you saying that he told you not to talk about it to your coworkers.
Yeah, because he didn't want it to look bad on me as far as being professional, and people always made him into like a joke, an ongoing joke. You know what I mean? So he didn't want me to be affected by that. So.
Now that you see what was really going on with R. Kelly, do you think people joking is appropriate?
Joking on
like when they're the ongoing joke about.
Yes, Latoya, that's the one that moved in with them.
Because what would be the ongoing joke about R. Kelly?
Well,
Pied Piper.
When I met him, I was. Like anybody that you might hear any previous rumors about, you get to know that person on your own, and then you form your own opinion of them. So I was very defensive, of course, once you fall in love with somebody and then you start hearing people joke.
Did she just say she fell in love with him?
Did I laugh before? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, when I got to learn more about who the man was, I was like, this isn't funny to me. Like, when people would say, are you going to get, urinated on the Chicago
shower?
Yeah, it was like fake pages that were being made around that time. And people would say these, nasty things to me because they heard this or heard that. It was hurtful because I was like, if they knew exactly, the person that he was, this isn't true about him,
Who is he? Like, what?
He's damaged. He's damaged.
And he spoke about that too, being abused as a child in his book.
I didn't read the book, but I just know like in our private conversations, it was a lot of abuse, both sexes. And those are things that he confided in, with me. And we've had a lot of deep conversations about.
Okay, somebody confided with you or something personal and private. Now all of a sudden you're going to share it to the world? Really? Really, lady? Really? I have friends who told me stuff that's going to go with me to the grave. Even friends I don't talk to anymore. You think I'm going to tell their business? No. That's what friendship is for. That's why when you're in a relationship, just like I have exes, I would never tell their business. For what? Why? That's what loyalty and being a person of character, a person that it has some sort of like protection for a person, because people in their most vulnerable stages share things with you. You're not supposed to share with the world. Come on now. What I'm eating some plantains. I'm eating mostly vegetables now these days. Hold on, let me show y'all. Sweet plantains. See? You can't see it, Tim, but it's plantains I'm eating. So I'm eating more vegetables because I gotta keep myself like I'm trying not to eat the breads and the stuff like that. I'm just sticking with the vegetables, fruits and vegetables. So yesterday, you see me, I ate some mango. Now today I'm eating some plantains. I'm trying to stick with the natural fruit and vegetables, that type of stuff. So that's what I'm doing. All right, let me go with my she said, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know. That's why I'm not on the camera. I'm not gonna show y'all me eating. All right, here we go.
Just people in his personal life, over time betraying him and stuff like that. So that was kind of working on my
psyche.
Yeah, it really
You
was.
wanted to protect him.
Yeah, I did.
Because he did a good job of swooning you, kind of making you believe that he's this good guy, that you're going to have a life. Did you believe you and R. Kelly was going to be together for
absolutely?
Ever?
Yeah, she wanted to ever, forever.
Same way you get in any relationship, you want it to be happily ever after. You're not just in it for temporary. And then people know, I had permanent things in my life that I had worked hard for. So I didn't just give it up thinking, I'm going to date him for 3 months.
Yeah, because that's a question a lot of people want to know. Why did Kitty leave her job, her apartment, her car, her everything to go be with R. Kelly? And you wasn't going just, did you think that you were going to marry him maybe?
Say yes. Tell the truth.
There was a time frame that was probably gonna.
Did he talk about marriage to you?
Nope.
I can't answer that right now.
Nope. Just say no, woman. He didn't want to marry you. She crying, y'all.
I saw you go. And
she's crying.
And we didn't talk about your actual conversations because I think you respected him that much to do that.
She's crying, y'all. She wanted him to marry her.
I would never sit here and judge a woman because she gave up something that she wanted for her life. What woman doesn't want to be married? What woman doesn't want the husband who can travel the world with?
That's what it is, y'all. She wanted to get married. He didn't want to marry her, so now she's mad and she was gone.
That's it.
But yeah, you're not thinking that going in, and of course that behavior wasn't displayed to me until, of course, I gave up everything and I moved there. And then
he didn't ask you to give up everything. You gave it up.
When
let me shut up.
Have outside influences. And
how long before the first time y'all met up was at the hotel room in Denver, right?
Yes.
That's the first time you actually got to touch him since he slipped you the number in Fort Worth.
Correct.
So when that happened, it wasn't really the picture perfect type of situation, was it? Like when you got into the room,
it was bizarre, but it wasn't like
because you already had freaky.
Yeah,
sexting and
it led up to a lot, and then I felt comfortable with him, and I was like, wow, he trusts me to even be sending me these type of photos, and he's a person of that caliber. Yeah. So,
and I'm not
built up a trust. We built up a trust with each other.
Because a lot of women, not a lot of men, a lot of ununderstanding people would assume, I walk into a room my first time seeing R. Kelly, and he's got his thing out, But through all the text messages and you had, why wouldn't he? You know what I'm saying? Because we ready. Let's get it popping. Let's get this thing going, Right. So I understand how that might not be such an alarming,
those weren't it was bizarre, but it wasn't abusive to me, you know.
Yeah, I hear that. It wasn't abusive. You heard that, right?
Hey, you know, he wanted me to model while he
Ejaculated.
pleasured himself. So, and then, I mean, the weekend was still fun.
Right.
I mean, I think I came back with a Prada bag or
You
something
did?
that weekend.
You did?
She got a Prada bag, y'all.
Something.
Yeah, I had a lot of nice things. I mean, we had a fun weekend. He's a funny guy. Don't get me wrong. And it was the same courting. It kept going, but yeah, that was like the first sign of he has some weird habits.
Okay. Now, but that is not warranted enough to say
I don't
want to
in
be with
this.
him.
Of course not. Of course not at that time.
When did the first situation happen where you got nervous and said, "This is not what I signed up for"?
Of course, after I moved there, but
The
I think I
was the first
described.
time
Was it? I believe it was it wasn't you. My best friend Latoya is here, always very supportive. But I remember visiting for Thanksgiving, and I remember a friend of mine asking me if I ever saw the sex tape. And of course, by that time, I'm just, I'm in love with him. I don't want anybody to bring up anything negative. I had given up all these things.
And you heard about the sex tape before?
Yeah, I was on the radio, during that time when it was announced that he was acquitted. I remember the BET interview, but I always stay neutral. You report the news, you try to be neutral as well. Vita, like when it comes to certain things, even like with the Nelly stuff that came out recently, you don't want to say, "Oh, I believe this" or "I don't." You just report it and let the people do the talking, right?
Right.
That's how I was with the R. Kelly stuff. I wasn't like, "Girl, did you see?" And then if it was someone, I didn't want to watch it. I saw images of a person doing some, but I never watched the tape. So this particular trip home,
a friend asked
me if I had ever seen it, and I was furious with her for even bringing that up.
Do you think she did that out of some spite?
Yeah, that's how I felt, because I was happy at the time, and I was visiting, and all these things were going on, and I remember Googling it. I remember going to images.
No. Let me tell you something. Hold on. I need to put a stop on that one a minute. Okay.
I got really
Okay,
upset.
hold on. You Google the freaking thing after you have had sex with the man and you moved up there. You didn't like the way the situation was. So then you decided to get your so-called girlfriend calls you and asks you about the freaking tape. Then you go and Google the tape and start getting upset. And now you want to go for blood. Okay, that's what happened. Just tell the truth. So we want to have to narrate it. Because you heard her said she heard about the tape, but then she don't want to judge. She don't want to do this. She don't want to do that. But meanwhile, all this stuff has happened. You moved up there thinking that you're going to be the only one. And you happen to find out, no, you're night number 3 or number 4. So you get mad and now you're fuming. So now it's payback because I'm not going to get my chance to be the bride of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. That's where you're mad about Kitty Jones. That's why you went in cahoot with Cheryl Mack and Asante, because you're a bitter, scorned woman. That's what you are. Tell the truth. And shame the devil. Let's continue, guys.
While I was in Chicago the first 3 weeks, he plays basketball a lot at night. And I remember he would clear out the bench and just have me sit by myself and have everyone else like be on the other end. I have photos of that, by the way. But yeah, like he would go to a park to play basketball, he would clear it out so I can have that bench by myself. Like the whole, not just one bench, like the whole thing.
Side of the court.
Right.
What was that about?
He just didn't want people sitting next to me or guys getting an opportunity to talk to me while he was on the court. So this particular time, a girl came and sat next.
Wait a minute. Did he tell you that's the reason why? Or are you assuming that's the reason why? Stop trying to put your own narrative in this, lady. You know you was like the doll, the trophy one that he wanted people to not, what? You want it to be that way. Now all of a sudden he gonna tell these lies on this man. Hold on. Now this lady gonna sit next to her. Now listen to the lie she tells. This is when it gets ugly.
To me, and I noticed she was like cheering for him a lot.
Huh?
And I was like, wow, you know.
Huh?
But fast forward to that incident where the girl's sitting next to me. Well, when I saw the images on Google, it looked exactly like the girl that was sitting next to me the week before that he had introduced me to. And
the young lady that allegedly in that videotape,
they looked very similar.
right?
So I kept thinking, wait a minute, he introduced me to somebody that looks exactly like this person that I'm looking at right now. And I just became furious. I hit play on the video. And
You kind of got like that, like the main chick, like you ain't about to have any.
it wasn't even that. It was
Yes, it was.
like in my mind, I started thinking,
Look, the interviewer tried to call her out. She said it wasn't that. Yes, it was. She got mad, y'all. She got mad, y'all. She got mad. She just making up stuff now. Tanya, I think she just making up stuff. Hold on, just listen to her. Now all of a sudden she goes to the video. It's the same girl. Come on now, lady, stop.
this can't be the same person that I'm looking at. That in this video that looks just like the girl that I saw last week.
because you didn't believe the video,
No,
and then
I didn't watch it. I didn't see it.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So you hadn't even looked at it then.
No, I just saw like images. I didn't know what the hell happened. I just knew that he got off. Okay, so a lot of things were going through my mind, like
Jealousy.
Here it is, 2011. This tape came out in 2002. That's 9 years ago. I'm doing the math, and I'm thinking she's still around. If this is, you know what I mean?
Because you don't know,
Right.
Exactly.
And
The
then
girl
I'm
said
thinking,
if.
what role does she play in his life? Did he do this to her? Like all these things are going through my mind, and I'm crying. I'm furious. So that's when I
Sound like a scorned woman to me.
demanded that I get back to Chicago immediately because I'm listening to other, you know, he's using a lot of language or whatever, expletives, and demanding that I get back on the flight the next
Why
day.
would you had came back to do
For,
what?
it was Thanksgiving week,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
just to hang out with my family.
So you would travel back and forth with
Early
him.
on, it was the first 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when I got back, that was the first time. Yeah. It
Physical
was furious
altercation.
that I had asked him about the tape.
And then after that physical altercation, did they come more frequently?
There she go lying.
I would say around the spring of 2012. Yeah, that's when it got really bad.
What would the time frame, like what would be going on? Like, so
I mean, there were several different instances. Like, I don't want to get specific, but he doesn't like for you to draw attention to yourself. He doesn't want the attention to be off of him. I mean, I had to like turn my chair like towards him if we were all having dinner with other celebrities. I remember laughing. I don't want to name the celebrity, but I remember laughing at a joke. This is before I knew better. And you know, he would slap me, you know, not in front of them, but
he would
behind closed doors. If I would forget to stand up, you know, when he would walk in the room, things like that.
Nah, she sounds stupid.
physically.
Yeah, he'll clear the room, and then, you know.
And so these people that are on his team there watching this, what is their expressions? What do they ever speak to you or
They're
they
not-
comfort you?
No, they wouldn't dare. I was describing this, I think, as well in Rolling Stone. I remember visiting and waiting on him in his studio, and there's like these 2 stairs you have to kind of walk up while you're.
Crystal, don't
It's like a
laugh.
sunken room, and then you have like these 2 steps to go up to the other level of the room to sit on the couches. And I remember stumbling over that, and I literally almost fell with my bags, and the guys were just sitting stiff, like, you know, tunnel vision. they were still typing. It wasn't, "Are you okay? You're gonna kill yourself up there," nothing. They just knew
That ain't their fault, you clumsy.
And then when he came in the studio, he peeped his head in and said, "Babe, come here." And so when I walked out, he said, "They talked to you?" And then I said, "No." And he was like, "So on your way here, did the guy say anything to you? Did you say anything to him? Okay, so the next time you come, don't wear stuff like that. I got to train you. I got to teach you how to be with daddy," and things like that.
What?
Trying to make sure
You sound
I knew,
stupid.
not to wear fitting clothes. Don't talk to the guys, not even a hello. And they knew, if you've been working with this person for 10 years or more, you knew that would infuriate him if, you spoke to one of his girlfriends. You know what I mean? So.
Did you sometimes blame them? Like, why didn't y'all help me?
There was one runner. I think I turned over those text messages as well.
She's the one to turn over the text messages, y'all.
He was tired of it. He knew that I was confined to a specific room, and he would knock on the door and hand me my food and leave. I would send him a list of things that I needed, your personal items as a woman. He would go and get those things, and he'll knock on the door, and he would know when I was starving. He knew, because he wasn't able to respond back to me if I was on punishment, so to speak.
Yeah,
so he would feel really bad.
Would inform everyone.
Don't respond back.
Don't respond back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She sounds stupid, y'all.
Yeah, you can go take her order from 2 days ago, type of thing.
And when this was happening, now Latoya's here. You would text Latoya now, and that's to me that's very desperate, because Latoya's here in Texas. How is she to get you food? Have you ever gotten her food during these texts? Mm-hmm. How did you do that, Toya?
I mean, when you order a pizza,
so you would just order a pizza from here. Tell us about that.
Well, that's one of those where she'll send me a text and say, "Hey, basically send a Rolling Stone, can you send me a pizza, because he's not here. He won't be here until such and such time." So she'll give me the address.
Did you hear that? Okay, did you just hear her? What she says? She texts a friend and says, "Can you send me a pizza because he's not here?" And he's not. Wait a minute. Wait a daggone minute. You ain't got no money in the bank that you can go get your own freaking pizza, that you can order your own freaking pizza. Where's your money at? Well, why did you move in with this man? You ain't got no money in the bank that you can get your own pizza. Why you don't have any money? How you gonna move in somebody you living for free and you ain't got no money in the bank? None. No money in the bank. No freaking money in the bank at all. Seriously? No freaking money in the bank. And you wasn't even with him a year. So you should have had some money stashed up in the bank. So just because you were poor management of your money, now you're going to blame the man. You're a fully grown woman. You know when you're hungry, go get your own freaking daggone food. Why somebody got to be out of town and you got to wait for them to get you food? Girl, you done lost your damn gone brain. I don't know about these people, man. So, y'all, I'm telling you, the elevator didn't go all the way to the top floor in her head. I'm telling you. You're moving this man. It's been 3 weeks, you said, right? 3 weeks, y'all. You heard her, right? 3 weeks you've been living with him. So you ain't got no money in your bank account. None. You ain't paying no rent. So where your money going to? Oh, Bama said, where's the link? You want the link? What link? You want the link to get in? Oh, okay. Let me put the link. Or the link for the person that's doing the interview. You want the link to the person that's doing the interview? That one? That's the link you want, young lady? Hold on a second. All right, let's go. Let's continue, y'all. Let's continue. All right. Here we go. I got something to say on my own. Oh, okay. Here's the link. Come on in. She has something to say, y'all. Diva says Asante said that he would be in the studio for hours working and he would not answer his phone. They knew that. That's why they were calling other people. But my question is, these are freaking grown women. Now, Kitty Jones, y'all know that was a full grown behind woman. Why do somebody has to feed you? You grown. You should have some money. You gonna leave your city with no freaking money and expect somebody to take care of you? What the heck? He's not even your husband. Stop. Come on now. Go get a job. Go get something. Go work at McDonald's while he's out so you get some food. At least McDonald's, you eat for free if you work there. A Burger King somewhere. Those fast food places, if you work there, you get to eat for free. Stop laughing at me, Dallas. Dallas is laughing at me. Hey. Hi, Miss Bama.
Hello. Hey, everybody. Okay, I'm listening to the story about Kitty Jones. I'm just going to throw a story out there that happened to me about a few years ago. Nothing similar to this case. Nothing similar to this, but kind of. My question is, if you had to contact your friend to send you a pizza, then why not have her? Because it sounded like you was in a situation that's not pleasant. So why wouldn't you just have her contact the police in Texas and then have Illinois come and see what was going on? The reason why I say that is because an incident happened to me where I was in a bad relationship and my mom called from Texas. I was in Alabama to call the police, and the military police was at my door within seconds. So make this stuff make sense. If they have all these supporting people that was behind them when they was going through this situation, why they wasn't doing that?
Let the church say amen.
Why? I mean, I'm just saying, and the reason why it's getting to the point where this is getting so redundant, everybody has an excuse of why they did not do something when they was in a bad situation. And come on, if you're in a bad situation, you're not just going to continue to let somebody treat you and abuse you in that way. It's just getting frustrating, and it's just a lot, you know,
Yep.
where they keep making these excuses, and then you have people out here that has dealt with this type of stuff and they think it's a game. So what happens to us? What happens to the ones that really have some stuff that happened to them? What happens to us? We ain't gonna be believed just because of them. One bad apple spoils the bunch. I'm out.
Thank you so much for your input. All right, she's right about that. She's right about that. When the friend came with the pizza, why didn't she leave with the friend? Or go contact the pizza people? Her friend didn't bring the pizza. It's the pizza people brought the pizza. All right, let me finish playing this lady, her lying self. She just scorned y'all. It sounded like a scorned woman because you see how she started crying when he asked her about, did you want to marry him, right? And she said she didn't want to discuss that. Hold on.
Let me know what pizza place is near. I'll go online, order the pizza, and have it delivered to her.
And at that time, I wasn't upfront about what was happening to me.
What was she telling you?
Lies.
Like what? Like what? What is she? How could you get past that? Because here she is out here with R. Kelly, and here you are at home, doing your thing, providing for your family. So did you have this thing like, why I gotta buy you pizza, and you out there with R. Kelly?
I would make her think he wasn't there. Or I didn't have my phone. my card or money on me, and I'm like, oh, he's at the gym.
Did you believe her? Not all the time. No.
No, but I knew. I mean, we've been friends for a long time. So
Wait. Did she just say that she would lie to her friend and make her friend think that she didn't have her card with her? What? Did you not have your card with you? Yeah, could you help me to make this I got me scratching my head here. Ebony said she got that expensive bag but no money in it. I didn't have my phone. My card. Y'all, come on, y'all. 3 weeks, 3 freaking weeks. That's right. It just into 3 freaking weeks. She didn't have any money. So you move all the way up there to this man's house with no money in your pocket. None. No money. You're supposed to always keep a stash. That's what I was told. Keep something so just in case something happens. At least a credit card. Even if you have the money, at least a credit card. To make sure you be able to get out. Take a flight. Credit card. No credit card? You work for the radio station? You ain't got none? None? Even somebody broke as me has some little cash somewhere. A little something. And if you don't, here's the key, y'all. If you don't have the money, you don't go. You don't have the money to move up there to this person, you don't go. Or you get yourself a job. See, that's what I understand. What is 101 common sense? Common sense 101. Where is that? You're going to move with somebody that you do not know. You don't bring any money with you. Come on. And then don't try to go find a job. Come on. Yeah, come on, lady. Come on, stop it. Your intention was to live on that man for free. Okay? It didn't happen that way, and you're mad. Take responsibility. Be accountable for your actions. Because you were not a baby. Hold on, here we go.
So I was just,
But would you ever talk to her about what your feelings were?
Oh, she did. Yeah, we had those discussions. Oh, yeah.
Whenever you had your phone. Oh, you got to tell them about when I would have my phone.
When she would, hold on, y'all.
You know what?
When she would have her phone. Oh my God! Now she playing that I don't have my phone role. She almost slipped up and said it when you mentioned it. Who mentioned it? So now she's gonna bring up the I don't have my phone bid. Oh my God. Let's hear this lady. Hold on.
Once she started picking up on what was happening, she knew that he was reading our text messages, so she would play the game.
I have to play the mind game.
And what was that?
Because due to the fact I knew he was reading a text message, if he knew I was speaking negative about him towards the text, I knew that he would not let us communicate. So for me, I would give her words of encouragement and like, hey, Bible scriptures or stuff like that. He knew I was like the church girl, don't go clubbing or anything like that. So he felt comfortable with
me talking to her,
communicating with me. So I'm like, okay, I know he's reading these texts. So then like, hey sis, I'm just checking on you. How you doing? Are you enjoying your day? We'll just have normal conversations where he won't think, oh, she don't like me or anything like that.
Because even when I would come to visit here, he was only comfortable with me
coming to my house,
being at her house.
How would he know where you would be at? Like
that was my boyfriend. He had to know where. Yeah. Oh, well, I had to FaceTime and show him what I was wearing the whole time. He's not one to just believe
everything you say.
Right. So
we'll take selfies and stuff.
I had to FaceTime a lot. Yeah.
What would you say, like when she would come here? Did you ever try to talk her into staying, or did you? What would you?
Well, she always knew whenever that time came that she wanted to just straight leave. She can always come to my house, but I never would be like, "Girl, you need to leave him,"
because I wasn't giving her the truth out at that time either. So.
So the most asked question question, and I'm sure you get this question all the time, is, well, why didn't Kitty leave? Because she's grown.
Mm-hmm.
And do you really, first of all, do you really think it's a cult? When that word cult came out, did you consider yourself a part of a cult?
I can see why people would think that because it's very controlled.
Latoya's shaking her head yes.
But I didn't meet them right away. So when all these things started playing back in my head, I got to train you. I got to teach you how to be with me. I want to introduce you to the other girls. They're close friends of mine. I raised this girl. Yeah, when you step away from it, you're like, wow, we were all dressed alike. I'm sitting there looking to the left and my right, and we all have on, the jogging suits, from Pink at the Victoria. You know what I mean? Like we're,
Wait a minute. You see how she stopped, Victoria? You see how? Oh, wait a daggone minute. Did she say jogging suit from Victoria? Those jogging suit ain't no fit, short, loose fitting. Wait a minute. She just said jogging suit for Victoria. She stopped herself from saying Victoria. Those little lane hussies. Jogging suit from Victoria. Those are form fitted, y'all. Jogging suit. Come on, let's go take a look at Victoria's jogging suit. Hold on. Victoria's Secret jogging suit. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Look at this Victoria's Secret jogging suit, y'all. Hold on. I just want to show y'all something. Hold on. Oh my God. Did she just make that mistake and say Victoria's Secret jogging suit? Did she just make that mistake, y'all? Did she just make that mistake? Hold on. Let's go look at Victoria. Let's go to Victoria's Secret. Hold on. Victoria's Secret pink jogging suit. Hold on. Let's go look at this. Look at that. Look at the Victoria's jogging suit. Look at it. Look at that, y'all. Look. Did y'all see those Victoria's Secret jogging suit, y'all? Look at it. Victoria's Secret jogging suit. They never said Victoria's Secret jogging suit in any of the interviews. I just picked that up. She just said Victoria's Secret jogging suit. Look at that. Do that still look like oversized? Don't look like they fit your butt, don't they? You see that, y'all? Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Even the ones that look baggy is sexy as heck. Look at it. Look at Victoria's. Look. Even the baggy one looks sexy. Look at it. Look at that, y'all. They didn't say Victoria's Secret, y'all. I thought it was a Walmart jogging suit they were talking about. Victoria's Secret jogging suit, y'all. That's what she just said, y'all. She just said Victoria's Secret jogging suit. Hey, Pinko. She just said that. She said Victoria's Secret. She cut herself off when she said Victoria. I'm going to back it up a little bit. Hold on. Y'all, man, they could be tearing these people up. Hold on. Let me go back one tad bit.
I was able to find a couple of old pictures of me and dressed like that. You know what I mean? And then I noticed, even recently, people that he's trying to act like that because it's very controlled.
Latoya's shaking her head yes.
But I didn't meet them right away. So when all these things started playing back in my head, I got to train you. I got to teach you how to be with me. I want to introduce you to the other girls. They're close friends of mine. I raised this girl. Yeah, when you step away from it, you're like, wow, we were all dressed alike. I'm sitting there looking to the left and my right, and we all have on, the jogging suits, from Pink at the Victoria. You know what I mean? Like,
you see, you see how she changed it up? We all had on pink from the Victor. Oh, you know what I mean? Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God, did y'all hear that? Oh my goodness, look at this. Hold on. This is funny. Oh God. Oh God, you messed up when she said pink, yum. Ooh, cheese and crackers. Here we go.
It's hard looking at old photos. I was able to find a couple of old pictures of me and dressed like that. You know what I mean? And then I noticed, even recently, people that he's trying to act like this is who he's with. I've seen them in the same outfits. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, did you hear her word? Act like who he's with. Act like who he's with. Act like who he's with. What does that mean, y'all? She's still scorned. Oh my God, tell the truth. She's scorned. She's mad. Act like who he's with. Okay, hold on.
Snapchatting and and I'm like, wow, he used to make us wear those. You know what I mean? So I don't know who came up with the word cult, but I guess if it fits that description, then that's what it was.
I think it came out more so when the family of the young lady right now that actually contacted you, because this is really why you decided to tell your story. Am I right? Because
Absolutely.
of this, the family. What's the young lady's name?
I don't want to mention.
Okay, well,
oh, she don't want to mention the young lady's name. Why? Because she jealous because he's with her? Y'all laughing at me? Don't be laughing at me, Brandon. Huh? Y'all don't laugh at me. They laughing at me. Okay, they saying what you talking about, but they laughing at me.
Still get their daughter back, and the daughter's still there. But yeah, they contacted me in December. Now I'm living a quiet life. I had, let me go back to your question when you said, why didn't I just leave? Considering the fact that I gave all that up and you're embarrassed, you're ashamed. And then the times that I did think, I want to go back home. I was like, what am I going to go back to? What use am I when I walk out of here? I was defining myself by, being this strong person, successful. I was the go-to person for, advice with my friends, when they were in relationships. I was like, I'm being completely embarrassed at the radio station. There were opportunities when he would be in the news, for foreclosure. Oh, Kitty's going to come back with a backpack and homeless. I was getting those text messages in Chicago, and that was hurting me because I was like, they're laughing at me at my old job. They're laughing if I go and explain this to my family. They're going to be disappointed in me. So of course you're thinking, and then your boyfriend is, always being made fun of. So you're thinking, I'm in this. I'm stuck. What else is there?
Oh, y'all heard that. She's not a freaking hostage. She's just stuck because she turned around and didn't have a job. She didn't have nothing when she moved up there. She thought she was going to get everything from him.
So there's the truth right there. She wasn't a freaking hostage. Oh my goodness. Y'all, we breaking the case wide open. She's embarrassed. Now all of a sudden, from them being embarrassed, now you're a hostage. From embarrassment to hostage. Wow. Wow. Wow, Kitty. You need to tell the truth, girl. News people, if you're watching this, y'all need to listen to the shenanigan.
You and him against the world type of thing, you know what I'm saying? And even when you're getting, well, I'm not even gonna say even when you're getting beat, because I didn't feel like I had an ally. I wasn't brave enough to tell my best friend. I couldn't call an old coworker or feel like I had anybody would embrace me here because people thought it was funny. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what? I mean, I didn't feel like I had anything.
So she turned from hold on. So hold on. She turned from embarrassment to telling lies. She turned from being embarrassed of her being a fool, driving all the way, giving up everything to move in with this man, and you had no secure relationship with this man, to being embarrassed. Now she don't want to be embarrassed, so she want to start telling lies. She want to start telling lies because now people see her aim, her motive. So now the embarrassment turns into I'm being held hostage. I'm part of a cult. That's what's that. It turned into that now, y'all. She's being held hostage. She's a cult. She's in a cult and all this kind from her embarrassment of her leaving everything, quitting her job for a relationship she really did not know she had. She was not engaged. She just moved up there with this man that she met a couple of weeks ago. And remember, she wasn't in the relationship with this man that long either, y'all. Remember that. Hold on.
You know, I was always looked at as a strong person. And if you keep in mind, like, you know, Tina Turner was getting beat in the 70s. She didn't start telling her story until the 90s. You know, and this is by another famous man. Michelle was getting her ass kicked in the 80s and early 90s. She just told her story to Lifetime a year ago. You know, and I think there needs to be a lifted statute of limitations on filing charges, because sometimes, you know, it may be a year or two where you're just ashamed and you don't want to talk about it, and you're depressed and you don't want to, you're suicidal like I was. And then the next year you're angry, you know what I'm saying? And then the next year you're like, you know, I'm going to talk about this, which is the phase that I'm in right now. And now it's, you know, it's like, wait a minute, I might want to go ahead and pursue this now because I'm strong enough. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't strong enough.
You scorned enough to go after his money.
I left everything you had.
Right.
You don't have, did you ever have physical money?
He kept tabs on a lot, but there were times where I had money, but there was always an assistant or somebody with me that went shopping with me. So it wasn't like I'm saving up this cushion, you know. Now I will tell you, the way that I escaped the situation was I told him, look, I want to take my son school shopping.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Did she say she want to take her son school shopping? Wait a minute, y'all. This fool left her baby. I knew she had a son, but I was just, you know, trying to, make it a little light of this, y'all. But she left her kid. Y'all. Who did she leave her kid with? That she went gaggling all over the world. She left her kid. What kind of mother is that? Wow. Okay. Left her son. Wow. Yup, she sure did, Kayla.
He did check my suitcases. My best friend knows about all this to make sure I had the sweatpants in there and I wasn't coming to Dallas to party. So I had money then, so I was able to get an apartment when I got here. Maybe about a month later.
That he gave you to shop.
Yeah. And it was, he thought I was going to get back on the plane that Saturday to come back, and I never did. So he proceeded to book a show at a club at the time. I don't know if it's even still.
No, it's not still here.
Okay.
She's Medusa.
And it was November of 2013. So it was about a month after I got back, he booked that. And I was like, oh my God, he's going to kill me, you know, because I never got back on the plane.
You see what she said?
So I'm thinking this is an opportunity because I left everything. I did come back to Dallas with 2 suitcases. Imagine everything you built up over the years, you know, your wardrobe, all the stuff you bought. You know, we had toured together. I bought
Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on, y'all.
California, we're in Miami. Nothing. So I'm thinking he had these things on the bus, you know, when he came.
Hold on. I got mute.
Yeah, because we had communicated.
Dad's asking me a question. Hold on, y'all. All right, guys, hold on. I'm gonna play it. Did y'all need me back up a little bit so y'all can hear it a little bit? Hold on. Here we go. Alice is about to make noise. She's getting ice out the refrigerator. Hold on, y'all. She's making noise. Hold on. Where you going?
I'm about to go to the bank. Put these 20 in there.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go to the shop.
You going to the shop?
Yeah, I gotta clean my brushes. I didn't clean my brushes that day. I was trying to rush back.
Okay, y'all. She's talking to herself now.
After he put a quote under it. That kind of get under. Someone told me.
Oh, okay.
Someone told me. I mean, it's that fear that he wants.
Guys, those are not throwaway straws. You know that, right?
I'm not gonna lie. Did I not get scared when I saw that? I did. There is still some fear.
You should be scared. You was being starved.
Mm-hmm.
Starved?
Emotionally, physically, mentally, everything. You was tortured.
Right.
You was a tortured woman. I mean, anytime you can't eat for 3 days, is that when tell me about your 3rd day of not having any food. What's going through your mind?
Well, by then, I mean, that's when I would see him. You know,
and you're in a state of I need you now, not in a mad state. You're not even mad anymore.
I mean, you're apologizing, you're crying, you're begging, you're like, Daddy, what did I do? I'm sorry. And then you're like, go over whatever he's mad at you about, and then you're trying to explain yourself. And I just, you know, looking back on it now, I mean, yeah, he would eat those things up because that made him feel like a king, you know. And even when I was going through those things, he would every now and then maybe check on me or something. But I'm telling you, it did get to the point where, you know, when a door would open, I would be scared. If I heard a door shut, I would be nervous. You know, his voice would scare me.
Does it still scare you?
Yes. He just called me as recent as May. Memorial weekend. He called me like 3 times in one day.
Did you know it was him calling?
I saw a Chicago number and I was like, nah, this can't be him. And then he texted me and then I was like, whoa. And then he called real quick and he was whispering. And I was like, why would he be calling me? And I'm telling you, like, it was the scariest. My heart was beating through my chest. I can't even.
No.
And he hasn't had a chance to touch you or anything from when you got on that plane and came here to Dallas. With the school money.
He attacked me when I saw him in November when he came. When I thought I was going to get my stuff off the bus. That was the last time
you saw him.
Right.
Did he attack you?
Right.
Because you initially said you thought he just don't have your stuff, your red bottoms on the bus. Mm-hmm. Here you go.
Red bottoms.
You left in Chicago, but he attacked you
Right.
in front of people?
No one was.
Were y'all on the bus?
Mm-hmm.
You got on the bus.
I did.
Did you honestly feel like maybe I can make it work again?
During that time, there was a lot of, like I said, I was dealing with a lot of personal outside of that. Just getting my family back on track, and I had a couple of friends that were backstabbing me, and you know what I mean. And I just didn't feel like I had a friend here. Just
Except Latoya.
Yeah, no, I mean like professionally,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I had talked to other people in the business, and they were like, "Well, we have some concerns because of XYZ type of thing."
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of felt like can't go back to that. You know what I mean? So
You lost.
right. So
I mean, it's a natural.
I did contemplate wanting to go back because I said I left and I'm walking into another hell.
And see, this is what women need to hear, Kitty.
Right.
Because a lot of women, I've been abused, physically, date raped.
Mm-hmm.
You get out, and then a lot of times we go back.
Yeah.
And then you get beat again. And then you don't tell nobody, and you go back. So I can understand you having emotions in your body saying, yo, I was taken care of. Okay, I didn't eat. I got beat here and there. But it was a life that I knew, opposed to being
and I didn't
here.
Right. And I didn't have to explain all these.
Because you was high. You could hide.
Right.
You could hide.
Right.
And you hit it very well.
These people making all these damn excuses.
You tried to. And you got back a little bit. And you did a little bit, but But I can understand if you ever thought, maybe I'll try it again. And when you got back on that bus, like, let me see what.
Well, when I got on the bus, I did actually want my thing. I was like, girl, I want my rib on. But it was hard because
I can't believe they talking about
I
items.
No, you were not. It wasn't like you needed.
Right. So it was just kind of
You
like
was driving a BMW, the Mercedes, had a nice shade, it had attention. So
it was hard getting back on my feet. You know what I'm saying? When I got here, I was like, whoa, I really have to pay bills. You know what I'm saying? So
Did you hear what she said? Oh, whoa, I really have to pay bills.
Dated a regular person.
Did y'all just hear it? Did you just hear her say, whoa, I got to pay bills? Did she just say, whoa, I got to pay bills? The reality set in. Whoa, I got to pay bills? Wow, y'all. Oh, my goodness.
Just like, okay, maybe nobody will recognize me for the next, whenever I can, get strong enough to start talking about this, if it'll ever happen. And I was hoping it would never happen. But like I said, every time he would come in the news, I would have this anxiety that people will remember that I was with him. It was
nobody remembers you was with him, lady. We don't even know who the heck you are.
I don't want to leave the house. I don't want to answer the phone.
Ladiva said, I have to pay bills. I don't have a job.
Scary for me. Very.
wow,
Yeah. So if it wasn't for the parents contacting me in December, I don't know. God has his way of making it on his timing.
It always is on.
Maybe
the
he feels
parents
like, hey, you're strong
contacting
enough
her in
because you are the one that's
December.
older than
Hold on,
everybody.
y'all. Hold on, y'all. Listen, this is what she just said. If it wasn't for the parents contacting me in December, and this video was done when? Hold on. This video was done on October 3rd, 2017. So the parents contacted her in December. So December was 2016. The parents went, okay. Remember the mom said that she hadn't talked to her daughter since December 2016. So they contacted her in 2016. Wow. Okay, y'all. Y'all putting the work together here? Did y'all put this together here? If the parent, she went to gym in July 2017. Parents contact her in December 2016. So all of them got together in cahoots in 2016, end of 2016 or early 2017. Then they all went over to Jim Daragagas July 2017. She did this interview here October 2017. So they all were on their round. So 2017 was like the real like woof push to get this narrative out. Okay. All right, here we go. This is interesting. Guys, this is like a whodunit type of investigation here.
It was meant for me to be the older one because I'm the strongest to go ahead and blow the lid off of it. I mean, I don't know why I was chosen for it and why people decide to believe me after they've been complaining about him for 25 years. That's fine, but maybe I can handle it. You know what I mean?
When you were there, speaking on being the older one, would you notice, like, would you say to yourself, these girls look young? Would you say to yourself, were they that young looking?
I look young.
Well, you do.
You do. They didn't know how old I was.
It wasn't an alarming type of. Now you know how old you are, but what I'm saying is, did you get alarmed? Were you seeing young women like, whoa, these are really, really young women around here?
I'm gonna say
I know
this.
you do. You are young.
You hear she saying no? She did not see no young women. You see it
around you. Were they particularly really young?
Babies. I will say this, just because during the time that I don't know what's happening now. But the two girls that lived in the same quarters that I did, we had different, ends of the whatever. I didn't even know that they were girlfriends for a while or whatever. But
he would tell you they were,
oh, this person is a writer, or this person, well, he did call one of them his pet. She was the one that would, please everybody, so to speak, but not.
She's the one that he made you have relationship with.
Right. So.
He didn't make you have nothing. You wanted to have.
It was just her.
She's
the one that would travel to different rooms and put on.
Well, I don't know what she did to anybody else, but I just know that was the main person that he would have,
come around and do his thing. That's his pet, his thing.
That's who he was comfortable with joining us, if that makes sense. But she was in her late 20s,
Did you ever get a chance to speak?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the person he would send to go shopping with me. And
wow, so she must have been there for a while. Did you ever?
He did tell me he raised her.
Yeah,
and she had to be about 14. Wow. when he started. Met. Right.
No, she's making an assumption. You see that, right?
What do you like? Do you get
scared? Well, basically, because I knew how old she was. And then when you said, "Oh, I've been raising her for 15 years," you do your own math. So by that time, like I said, the tape thing, I had watched it.
She's making up stuff now, because remember.
So anything else after that, even some other things he admitted to me regarding other celebrities, I just put in the back of my mind, like, I didn't hear that. I didn't just hear that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was already in it.
Yeah,
I was protected.
Just like when a woman knows her man is cheating. You know he's cheating, but you choose not to believe it. You choose not to see it, and you ignore it until you're ready to deal with it. If you deal with it, because I don't like. I hear people judging you about, oh, why didn't she leave? Why didn't she leave? But you got to be in that situation before you can actually tell somebody, oh, you would leave. Oh,
who leaves
I
immediately?
Would go. I would do this.
Right.
I would do that. You got to be there in order to know what you would do.
How long did it take for you when you were in your abusive relationship to leave?
It took for me to almost lose my job and go to rehab. And it took me.
So it's not the first incident. Oh, no. It's not the second. No. It's not the third.
No, this man put a gun out on me before, years before, and I still went back. And I told my friends, oh, yeah, me and him are dating again. And they were like, what the? Okay. And then I just had to go through it. I had to get hit. I had to, nigga punch me, damn near broke my jaw with my own hand. Like, what the hell? Did it just happen? I couldn't eat for like damn near a week. And he did this with my own hand. So I do know. you can't tell somebody what you would do unless you're there.
And I know people now that are in it and they're married to that person,
and that's why it's so beautiful that you're able to come forward. And that's when we mean God has you doing this because you're ready. And you are a testimony to a lot of women.
Thank you.
A lot of women, a lot of little girls, grown women, some men, anybody that's in a situation to where they feel like they're lost and can't make it. You're telling them, yeah, you can.
And I'm just like everybody else, I'm an everyday girl. I'm not, I was on the radio.
I'm from the back. I remember when you came back one time and visited in the studio, and that's one of the first things I said to you. I said, Kitty, you lost weight. And you said, oh, he just makes me eat salmon.
I was still covering for him at the time. I lost about 25 pounds. I was about 132 pounds when I left here, and I was 107.
Yeah,
when I got
I remember specifically, she said, girl, he be having me working out and eating salmon all the time. And I'm thinking, oh, that's awesome.
Veggie burgers.
Yeah, I'm thinking,
that was true, though.
Having you covered very well, you know, because I'm thinking, oh, he out there got her with personal trainers and, on all of this. And he must really be, living the life and he got you hooked up. But in all, it wasn't what that was. And you just couldn't talk about it then. Just like a lot of women dealing with it right now. Can't talk about it.
Yeah. I remember being on tour with him, and of course I didn't get any punishments during that time because
oh my God, these people and these damn
I don't
stories.
remember the tour.
I saw it that you said when you came to Dallas, he was like, yeah, let's show these mothers.
Because you guys were talking about me on the radio and he was furious at you guys at the time.
Right.
So he was like,
and we are apologizing to Kitty.
Yes.
I am.
Thank you so much. And I know it's sincere.
I'm apologizing to you. Anytime, it's no secret. I get on there and I do the hot mess and I talk about people, but I also talk about myself. You know what I'm saying? And if anytime I need to issue an apology, I'm woman enough and big enough to do so. Because everybody is not right all the time. People don't act like we all don't make mistakes and we don't all mess up. And when I realized I did, it was time for me to be the bigger person and apologize to you.
And I accepted you. And I just want people to know, Vita and I were friends. I mean, we had a lot of laughs in the studio and things got back to me. It wasn't like we ever had a verbal, we
never got on the phone and like, bitch, what you say?
Yeah, it was never that. It was just
man, I think I'm gonna start eating salmon and working out. I want to lose 25 pounds.
There should be some camaraderie because I worked there before, that type of thing.
And it wasn't, and I apologize for that.
Yeah, and I just, I see your side of it, but then I'm happy that you see my side, and then you didn't know the back story.
And it could have been Kitty, and I'm not even gonna take. I'm one of the largest haters. You know what I'm saying? So here you are in my mind, living this beautiful life. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I really don't even recall what I said because that stuff takes my memory away. But I do know that whatever it wasn't meant to hurt you. It was just meant to just say some stupid stuff. For a second, I felt a little bit of responsibility. I felt like I pushed her out there, even though Kitty told me she was going to go anyway. But Kitty, you came to your coworker and you're like, hey, what do I do? R. Kelly wants me to come live with them. And I'm like, I was quoting the Rolling Stone magazine. You only live once, bitch. Go. Go.
Y'all see that? I heard that, right? So that was Kitty Jones telling her little lies. She sounds like a scorned. Just to be honest, y'all, to me, she sounds like a scorned woman who thought that she was going to live a certain way, and turned out she wasn't number one. She wasn't going to get married, because you see how she started crying when the lady asked her about did she think she was going to marry R. Kelly? Did she want to marry him? So she got really, really emotional. She got sad. Okay, now I'm going back to the other little lion huzzy. Hold on. Okay, now here's back to Miss Geronda. Okay, I want to hear her little crappy lies. Okay, here we go. She's on a radio station and she called in. And this is Larry Jones' Powerhouse. Hold on.
Book titled A Life Beyond Abuse. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Geronda Pace. Geronda, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm so glad you called in. And,
thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Now, first off, I want to start by saying thank you so much for calling in. And you've written a book, and in it you talk about your, everything you've been through with the R. Kelly situation. And for the sake of time, I kind of want to jump right into it. First off, tell me a little bit about the book.
Well, the book is actually my autobiography. So it talks about my life before Rob and during Rob. So it was...
Okay, yeah, this book, hold on a second. This interview is on July 19, 2018. So they're going on a whole freaking tour, y'all, from 2017 to 2018. They're going all over the place doing interviews and gearing up this Surviving R. Kelly, which is going to air on 2019 in January. So all these women who are part of this Surviving R. Kelly are out promoting their books, promoting their story, so they can gear up and rev up the interest of the people, so they can go watch Surviving R. Kelly. You saw Drea; she was on all these different television shows and all that. From 2017, from the time Derek Geiger started doing the interviews, all the way up to the end of 2018, they were gearing up for a 2019 episode of Surviving R. Kelly. This is what they're doing. They're all over the place, writing books and all that. If you notice, all their books came out around the same time. Okay?
Biography. There's a lot that's in the book.
Okay, now what was your life like, before Rob?
Well, before Rob, I would say I had like somewhat of a normal life, but I did experience trauma prior to dealing with him. Right. So, I would say I had an okay life. I mean, I grew up in Chicago. It's pretty rough in Chicago.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
But eventually we moved away from Chicago.
Okay. And where did you move from Chicago? Where did you move to?
I moved to Springwood, which is about 45 minutes to an hour away from Chicago, so it's the northwest suburb.
Okay. Now let me jump into this. How did you even meet R. Kelly?
Initially, I met him at his trial, but, that was me being a fan, just, hey, I wish you the best, that type of thing. And then I ended up getting a friend request from a guy named Bubba, who was Rob's friend at the time, however that worked out. So he ended up requesting me, and he actually invited me to Rob's party.
And that's how you met him. Okay, now the first time you guys had a face-to-face meeting, what was that like? What did you guys even talk about face-to-face when you had some alone time with him?
Our very first face-to-face meeting, it was very fast, honestly. It was fast. I was at his party, and it was so loud that I didn't want to stay.
Okay. All right. Think back to the girlfriend, right? When she interviewed with Dr. Rice, she said she was invited to the party, right? And they had to leave. They never came back to the party, right? She met Robert after the trial, right? Trial was in 2008. She claims that she got a friend request from Bubba on MySpace. Bubba invited her to the party. The party is around December, right? Supposedly. Just keep a note, right? Keep a mental note.
His parties are over the top loud, and you can't even hear yourself think. So it's really crazy. It was a fast meeting. He was reminding me that he knew who I was, and he remembered me, thanking me for my support, and we exchanged numbers.
Now, at some point,
whoa! Did she just now say that they exchanged numbers at the party? God, the story's changed. She said they exchanged numbers at the party. Okay, hold on.
What was that conversation like?
Going to his house, I was still a fan, so I was in the zone. But it wasn't a real conversation. It was more so it was a bunch of demands, like do this, do that. It was that type of thing. So we didn't chop it up much.
Right. So you know what, that was
I was
gonna
just
be
told what to do.
wow. That was gonna be my next thing, was like how soon, before things started getting creepy, but it sounds like it was kind of creepy from the start.
It was immediately.
Right.
During the very first visit, I was already being told what to do.
Wow. So now let me ask you this. How long did you stay there? Like when you first got there, did you stay immediately overnight, or how did that even happen? How did you end up being there?
Yeah, so when I first got there, I did stay overnight. And after that is like the stays has started becoming longer.
Okay, I'm confused. She said the first time there, she stayed overnight. So she stayed overnight after the party? Or was it before the party? They exchanged phone numbers. He gave her a phone number at the party. I'm so confused here.
And longer, and his demands became crazier, and it was a lot to take in. But it was like, no, well, Rob loves me, and he always tells me these things. So I was very conflicted.
Right.
During my stay.
Now, were there any other young ladies that stayed there while you were there? Did you see any other, young ladies there with you?
Yes, there were others, and I did see others.
Now, did you hear at any point any other young ladies complaining, like, you know what, I got to get out of here, I can't be here? Were there anybody else complaining about that?
No, there were no complaints about leaving. And, during my stay, we were not allowed to interact with anyone if Rob wasn't present. So if he's not around, you are walking past people with your head down. It was a set of rules. Like, you can't just be all up and about and things like that.
That's crazy. How many bedrooms was in this house? Was it a pretty huge house? I'm pretty sure it was, but how many bedrooms was in there?
There were a lot of bedrooms. I mean, there were even, well, so far that I counted 6 of them, but some of those were like makeshift bedrooms. They weren't like a full-on bedroom.
Now, there was all sorts of abuse involved in this situation. And, we're going to try to talk about most of them, but I don't want to give too much away because I do want people to read the book. But first, talk to me a little bit about the physical abuse that you went through.
The physical abuse that I went through with Rob is very saddening. I don't really like talking about it because it makes me extremely emotional.
Right. And
but
if you get emotional and you have to stop and you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. We'll skip to something else.
He would just go through these times. If I didn't listen to him or if I disagreed with him about something, that's when he would become physically abusive. And he was the type, he would like choke me until I passed out, and I would like literally hit the floor. I would like black out when he would choke me, and he would slap me in my face. And sometimes it would be a palm slap, like with the palm of his hand. Other times it would be a backhand slap, and I catch his knuckles and everything like that on my face.
Wow.
So you never had okay. Okay, question for you. Okay, she gets slapped, knocked down to the ground. No police is called, no ambulance is called, none of that's called.
That's different from his. If you are in disagreement with him, that's considered disrespectful, and you're pretty much breaking a rule. So I learned fast that I had to bite my tongue, and you can't have an opinion.
Well, keep it locked in right here. We're going to come back with Geronda Pace talking about her situation with R. Kelly, 99.1 FM.
The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
What it do, man? It's the original Hot Boy Young Circus. And you already know, man. Rocking with my homie Larry Jones on the Power Hour. You heard me?
You're inside the Power Hour. I'm your host, DJ Larry Jones, and we're back talking to Geronda Pace. Geronda, okay, now when we left off, we were talking about some of the physical abuse you've went through. And I understand if you do not want to talk about it because I know it's...
You know what the funny thing is, guys? All this so-called accusations, right? No police report. No, and you still stayed there. Why? Come on now, y'all.
There was some emotions behind that.
Yes, that's very true. It was a dark, depressive time for me. It was very sad, and it brings back those memories, like having to relive them mentally. It's just it's no fun.
Right. And you know what? And I feel for you. I really do feel for you that you had to go through that. You know what I mean? Now, talk to me about a non-disclosure sort of contract he had you sign. What was that about?
I had to, first I had to write the letters as well. There was letters that I had to write saying that I had stolen money from him and that my family was setting him up and put me up to do these things and say all type of crazy things. And he also had me sign a non-disclosure agreement saying I wouldn't talk about anything that happened at his house. And there was a set of rules and stuff like that I had to follow. And I also had to sign papers saying that he hired me on as an assistant and then that he fired me. So the non-disclosure agreement just went into details. Like it was like, to sum it all up, I was there to please him, even if it meant pleasuring someone else. Right. So it was a lot. So I didn't even read the entire agreement. I kind of like looked it over, and that's when Rob was like, okay, here, just sign it. This is all it's saying is what happens here stays here. And I was like, oh, okay. So he just pretty much summed it up, his own terms of it. I just signed it because he got tired of me just like trying to read everything. So he's like, hey, come on, let's just get this done.
Now, let me ask you, what would have happened if you would have breached that contract? I mean, what was he threatening to do if you had breached the contract?
If there was a breach in the contract, then Rob, it was like I would not be able to be with him anymore, and he threatened my family.
Did you hear that? The contract said he would not be with them anymore. So you signed a contract, you stuck with the contract because you want to be with him. Come on now, stop.
That something, he know a lot of people and something happens to my family. So he never specifically said like, I will kill them or I'll do this. He just said, I won't see them anymore. So he said something will happen to your family where you won't see them anymore. Really? So that's what it was. And so I was like, okay, well, I thought like to keep all confusion down, just sign the papers and guess what? You get to keep R. Kelly and you get to keep your family safe. So that's how I looked at it. And I was like, that's actually, not that bad. So, well, 16-year-old me didn't think it was bad.
Right. Now, I've read somewhere, or no, actually I've seen it on the, I think a talk show you was on, I've seen it on where he just said he locked you in a room for a while, for days or something like that.
Yes. And there were times where Rob would starve me if I didn't agree with, it's like with the same physical abuse. If I questioned him or I didn't agree with anything he said, it was, okay, now you're on punishment. Now you have to be in the room and nobody would give me food. So I can call and I can keep asking the runner, hey, can you bring me food? Can you do this? Can you do that? But everything has to go through Rob. So before I can get anything, it goes through him first. So I can put in a request and then his runners, which are the personal assistants, the runners will have to run it by him. And if he say, no, leave her alone, then I don't hear back from them. They won't even do it.
Now, were you even allowed to have cell phones? Did you have a phone or anything like that?
During my time there, I did have a cell phone. Okay. But Rob monitored my phone. He monitored everything. He knew that I was young and that I would have to call my mom and check in. So he would give me a script. He'll give me a rundown on what to say to my mom. They just make everything sound cool. So it was always, I was being monitored. And, he always let me know, okay, you do it this way. You say this, you say that. So I definitely had to keep a phone because I had to always make sure I was keeping up with my mom. Hey, I'm going
So she always had to keep a phone.
It was phones allowed during my stay.
Now, when you had your phone, at any point did you think, I should call somebody for help and get me the hell out of here? Did you ever think like that, or it really didn't cross your mind?
That really didn't cross my mind. I was more so focused on keeping my family out of it. Okay, just let them know that you're okay and just do what Rob asked you to do. So that's what I was focused on.
Now, there was some sexual abuse, and like I said, I know it's still kind of difficult to talk about, but if you will, could you talk to me about some of the sexual abuse you suffered? And like I said, don't give too much away because I want people to read the book. I haven't read the book yet. So if you will, talk to me somewhat about the sexual abuse you went through.
Well, with that is if whatever Rob say, it has to happen. So if you don't like it or you don't want to do it, he becomes physically abusive. And I had to have sex with, someone else. And I won't really go into details or anything like that because it was all about, having to please Rob or daddy, so to speak. I had to always please him. So you really didn't have much of a say in that. And when I did say, I didn't want to do something, I was physically abused. And I learned very fast, like, just don't deny it.
Now, at the end of it all, what would you like to see happen to him in this situation? What would you want to see the outcome to be?
I would like for justice to be served for my 16-year-old self and also for the women who he has abused over, the course of his years. He abused a lot of women. So I would like justice to be served, as in he needs to be arrested. I don't wish death upon anyone, so I won't say, oh, he needs to be dead or he needs something.
Okay, that was one interview. Hold on a second. I got another one. Yeah, I'm still on. What's up? Hold on a second, y'all. Okay, guys, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna end this live, and in the next live, I'm gonna play the book for you guys to hear. Okay, y'all want to do that? I'm gonna end this live, and I want to go ahead and play the book so y'all could hear the lies that she told in this. So give me about 15 minutes, and I'll be back so you guys can hear the book. Sounds good? Sounds good, guys? I know until something pops up on the Pacers, I'm gonna go ahead and play the book for you guys to hear. Tell me thumbs up if you're okay with that. Because I know half of you guys don't have the book. I'm going to go ahead and play it for you guys. It's going to be a reading of the book. Y'all ready? Sounds good? Okay. So I'm going to end this live, and I'm going to start the next one. I'm going to title it JP the Liar. All right, I'll be back. Give me about 15 minutes to to do this another live. Give me a 15. Well, I'm gonna just go ahead on and set it up right now. Create it. I'm gonna title it JP the Lion ID Lady. All right, so I'm gonna do that. I'm creating it now, so I'll see you guys in a few. Okay. All right, I'm gonna end this one, and I'll see y'all in a minute. Go on to the other side. See you later. Bye.